Ladies and gentlemen, Pitch Talk proudly presents a full sit-down interview with the current chairman of Alexandra Park FC, director of student development at a secondary school, has played for APFC for 9 years and seen the club rise and help the SAO with their sponsorship. To ask Dave a question, email pitchtalk@gmail.com with Dave McLaughlin in the subject line. Pitch Talk meets Dave McLaughlin, coming soon.
The football talk show that holds back nothing on opinions.
Straight shooting LJA.
Hi, I'm John Sitton.
Grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Hello, I'm Rob Perez.
The G-Man.
Samir Sawni, Motivate Sports and Fitness.
Christian Carambeu.
Matt Hodgson, director of the 4-year plan.
We the people, for the people. Jazzy Fizzle.
Your Monday night footballing fix.
Make sure you join the revolution.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk. Each and every Monday night of your lives.
At youtube.com/pitch talk.
For podcast links and information, check out our official website, www.pitch-talk.com.
Hi, I'm John Sitton, and I'm here with Gavin, Liam, and Gerald on Pitch Talk.
The football talk show that pulls no punches and holds back nothing on opinions.
Hello, I'm Rob Perez. My name is Christian Carambeu.
I'm grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Hi, I'm Matt Hodgson, director of the 4-year plan, and you're listening to Pitch Talk, the only place to get your Monday night footballing fix.
Make sure you join the revolution.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk.
I'm Andy Copeland from the Glennet Southern Amateur League.
Philip Wick, I'm CEO of 14.
I'm Rob Lusher, former chairman of Ibis FC.
I'm Samir Sawni, co-founder and co-director of Motivate Sports and Fitness.
And you're listening to
Pitch Talk.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Wow! Straight shooting LJ, the G-Man, and Jazzy Fizzle proudly bring to you. You know, I'm trying to do all this posh voice thing. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, straight shooting LJ, the G-Man, and Jazzy Fizzle proud. And the pitch is where we talk. And you know what? We got Liverpool away at AFC Wimbledon on in our background. We are watching it. About 11 minutes gone. 0-0 on our sides as Gerald plays the ball out wide. Delivered back in. And Stevie G on 11 minutes scores the first goal of the game. AFC Wimbledon have just felt the bang. That's all I can say.
Did you see Brendan Rodgers' face there?
It was like, yeah. But no, it's all levels. 1-0 Liverpool with the live bird upon my chest. That's the current scoreline I love the best.
Gerard's gone started saying.
No, taking this hat off. I can't be bothered wearing a hat right now. There we go. Hat's over there. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, straight shooting LJ, the G-Man, and Jazzy Fizzle will proudly bring to you the football talk show that pulls no punches and holds back nothing on opinions. We are Pitch Talk. www.pitch-talk.com is the official website where you can find everything Pitch Talk right there. Facebook.com/Pitch Talk. Become a fan, become a friend, become a member of the group. Join the footballing revolution we are working so hard to create. MySpace.com/Pitch Talk. PitchTalk.blogspot.com or .co.uk will get you to the blogs. Blogs by yours truly, straight shooting LJA. The G-Man sitting next to me. Jazzy Fizzle, who sends his regards and couldn't be here today. And also many other bloggers, including, well, you got a new blog up actually by Dave Meir, aka at Mearsey on Twitter, about Mourinho and a conspiracy theory that he's been bleating on about for the past couple of weeks. Sorry, Jose. No, life sucks.
The campaign.
And then you die. There ain't no campaign against you. And even if there was, you would have been the one who would have created it. But Dave Mir, it's one of them was he's got a new blog in regards to that as the G-Man just disappears out of shot randomly. But you know what? It is one of them ones where at Pitch Talk on Twitter, twitter.com/Pitch Talk. Tweet with us, follow us, let us know your views. Pitch Talk 1 on Skype. And also, what's that? It's called a mobile phone. 07535804466 is the mobile number. Call us, text us, let us know your views. The mobile phone, as you can see, the mobile is on. Hear my voice? Call the show. Hear my voice? Call the show. Call the show. It's one of them ones. But the fact of the matter is we are here. We are live. Pitch Talk live on Google+. Come find us. Join our circles as well. I've forgotten none of those socials of our youtube.com/Pitch Talk. There we go. youtube.com/Pitch Talk, where today we released the advert for our very next Pitch Talk Meets interview, which is with Dave McLaughlin, the chairman of Amateur League side, 14 SAL side, Alexandra Park FC. So it's one of them. We got our next Pitch Talk Meets interview coming up with Dave McLaughlin of Alexandra Park FC as well. As said, hey, we got a brand new Pitch Talk Meets interview that has just been released. That was released on New Year's Day. Pitch Talk Meets Sahel Raymond. So one of them was have a look at that. Very interesting stuff from a very inspirational individual. Big thanks to Class on Grass and Sahel Raymond, of course. So we've got that as a brand new thing for you. That was released New Year's Day. A couple of days ago, Dave Mir, a.k.a. at Mercy, his blog was released a couple of days ago. So we got new stuff for you. We got more stuff coming as well. Pitch Talk Meets Girls on the Ball will be released in February. Keep your eyes and ears posted for release dates and also trailers building up to the release of our interview with Sophie and Rachel. So it's one of them. We got a lot coming. We've got a lot already. We got a lot coming. So, all good. All good. You know what, G-Man? How goes it, man? We're in 2015. We lived it. We survived.
Yeah, first and foremost, I just want to say Happy New Year, everybody. And yeah, man, we survived. Another new year, another frontier. We're going to take Pitch Talk to dizzy new heights this year, ready?
We're back, baby.
We're back.
We're back. We're here to stay, and we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now because it's Pitch Talk for life.
Wow, I forgot the scripted ad-libs right there.
Scripts? What scripts? Did you hear me rapping last week? Yeah, no scripts. No scripts. No angles. No spots. Lazar Markovic gets himself in, but it runs out for a goal kick. 16 minutes gone. AFC Wimbledon 0. Liverpool 1. And this match is for the right to play Bolton Wanderers in the next round. So all good stuff. We're going to get into the FA Cup 4th round draw, which was made just before this game. We're going to get into that later on. So all good. We ain't going anywhere. We right here. This is Pitch Talk on a Monday night. We are here live on YouTube, and it's Monday. Oh, yes, we bring football, chat and banter, results and analyses, and much more. Because we are Pitch Talk. Yes, we are. AFC Wimbledon 0, Liverpool 1. Gotta love it. But you know what? It is one of them ones where we are. Ooh, good gravy. That was not a nice tackle on 17 minutes on Sacco by Frankham. But you know what? It is one of them ones, baby. One of them ones, baby. Remember the first hour on Mixler. That's the rhyme for you. That's the rhyme. The first hour of our show, audio only, is on Mixler. So if you want to save your bandwidth, you want to save your mobile bandwidth in gigabytes, then hey, it's one of them. That's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. But you know what? G-Man, let's give him a wave before we jump in the first segment. What's up, peeps? What's up, YouTubers? iTunes, Mixcloud, Podomatic, Spreaker is where you can find our podcast. But for now, we're not focusing on the past or the future. We're focusing on right now because it's time for the first segment of the show. It is time for the first segment, baby. The first segment, baby. The first segment of the show. And that just happens to be... Wait, hold on. That just so happens to be... Wait, hold on. Where is it? No. Definitely having a few tech difficulties here. It is a bit of a nuts one. Apologies to the YouTubers for the slight inconvenience if you're watching us live. But we're gonna go right now into the first segment of the show, which is results and analysis. Oh, yes. Yes, it is. Oh, yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, baby. It's results and analysis in the house. G-Man, what is it?
The results and analysis. Yeah. Place where we talk about all the results of last week and the weeks before.
With the American accent, baby. Do I need to bring back the American dream, baby? Because it's time for us to go into some results and analyses, baby. It's one of them ones. We're going to start on Thursday, January 1st, 2015. We are... okay. Jamie Bailey has actually asked what's with the Star Trek Final Frontier intro, G-Man. He's Star Trek? He's lost me on that one. Scripted ad-lib.
Well, I gotta say, over the Christmas period, I was binging on a lot of films, and that's probably where that came from.
Okay. I was thinking, what the hell? I was kind of Booker style. What the hell?
Because we are in results and analysis. The place where you find out about the results of this week and the weeks before.
Oh yeah, dig it. Unless it's my grave. Oh, I love Jason Sensation doing this Randy Savage impression.
I can't do it, Captain Liam.
What the hell? That's definitely a what the hell moment.
Let the football be with you.
With that as well, yes. Oh my God, let's get into Stoke 1, Man United 1. Ryan Shawcross opening the scoring on 2 minutes with Falcao equalising on 26 minutes. Aston Villa 0, Crystal Palace 0. Hull City 2, Everton 0. El Mohammadi opening the scoring on 33 minutes and Nikita Jelavic scoring against his former club on 43 minutes. Alcaraz was actually sent off in this game as well. He was booked on 67 and then sent off on 86 minutes. Pretty stupid decision, really, to be honest. It's like, why would you end up getting yourself sent off? But it's one number. But leaving that aside, Liverpool 2, Leicester 2. Gerrard opened the scoring with a penalty on 17 minutes that shouldn't have been given. It hit Wes Thomas in the face, but I don't know how to. It's again the standard of officiating. But anyway, leaving that aside, Gerrard converted another penalty, went the other side this time. First, he went right side of the keeper, then he went left side, making him impossible to scout. But yeah, Gerrard scored a penalty on 40 minutes, another one that really shouldn't have been given. But poetic justice kind of evened itself out eventually because David Nugent scored on 58 minutes and Jeff Schlupp scored on 60 minutes. And it's one of them ones where, you know what? This game evened itself out. Liverpool, we were pretty poor. Leicester fought back in the second half, aggrieved by the 2 penalties, and justifiably so, because neither of them really should have been, both harsh. And hell, it happened. Man City 3, Sunderland 2. Where we go? Man City 3, Sunderland 2. Yaya Toure opening scoring on 57 minutes. Dude nearly took the net off. One of them ones. Wow. Goal of the week contender there, definitely. But also Stefan Jovetic scored on 66 minutes. Jack Rodwell scored a pretty damn good header on 68 minutes. Adam Johnson scored a penalty on 71, and Frank Lampard got the winner on 73. We've got a story about Frank Lampard coming up. A story that we can honestly say we saw coming from day one. in terms of what was going to happen with him. But anyway, it is one of them ones. Newcastle 3, Burnley 3. Stephen Taylor opened and scoring on 15 minutes, but Paul Dummett scoring a hilarious own goal on 19 minutes. It's like, here you go, keeper. Oh, crap. That header back is like, dude, no. Newcastle fans must have been face palming. Like, I'm talking Jesus face palming, because even Jesus doesn't know what to do with Dummett's stupidity for that. Dummett looked like a dummy.
All I want to know, if that's how he cushions the ball, how does he header it?
Oh my god! he headers it. It ends up on the campus of Newcastle Uni. So it'd be like, oh my god! Wait, it's like wait. As you rightly said, if he's getting that much on a cushion header back to his goalkeeper, I swear that if he headers it properly, it'll end up in Castle Leazes. And for those who have been to the Newcastle Uni campus, you'll know what I'm talking about with Castle Leazes. But it's one of them ones. But you know what? Carrying on, Jack Colback scored on 26 minutes. Lovely goal, kissed the post on its way in. And hell, it's one of them who scored his first goal for Newcastle last week and scores again. It's like, wait, he waits ages for it to come along, and two come along at once, just like London buses. But Danny Ings scored on 66 minutes. Musa Sissoko scored on 78, and George Boyd scored on 86. So 3-3 in a mad-looking game. Absolutely mad-looking game. And Dave Mears right. 10 goalkeepers would not have saved Yaya's shot. Damn right on that one. God, but madness. QPR 1, Swansea 1. Leroy Fair opening scoring on 20 minutes. And Wilfred Bonney scoring on 92 minutes. Routledge, Carl Henry was booked on 86 minutes when he really should have been sent off. And Wayne Routledge was sent off when he really should have only been booked. That was a weird one. I was looking at it thinking, what? Referee sent him off. What? It's like, all I can say, all I can say, like, there's a line.
He barely stumbled into him.
Well, it's one of them ones. I mean, Carl Henry's tackle was awful. That could have been easily a straight red, and I think it should have been. I think it should have been, really, because I mean, you look at some of these decisions.
No, I mean,
and again, it's the standard of refereeing.
When Routledge got up and it looked like a kick out, he wasn't really doing anything.
Nah, not in the least. Not in the least. But no, it was one of them ones. It was one of them ones where I don't get how the referee sent off Wayne Routledge but didn't send off Carl Henry. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I've got nothing against the Henrys. The Henrys are a tremendous family. We got one next to us. It's a cheap joke, man. Yeah, no relation. It's like Carl Henry, G-Man Henry, no relation. Yeah, Carl Henry with tackles like that, I'd be saying no relation on a regular basis too. And OBR, obligatory Boondocks reference, fantastic. I love it. But I mean, it was one of them ones where like it was just a very weird decision, and this is my feelings on it.
I don't know what the hell's going on here. Wait a minute, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
That was my reaction when Wayne Routledge got sent off. It really was. It was absolute mad. It was madness. It was utter madness. But it is one of lemons. It is what it is. G-Man, next result is actually yours.
Well, yeah, quickly swinging into it. Southampton 2, Arsenal 0. And you know what? I got to say, it's a pretty poor game. Pretty poor game by Arsenal. Farcical goalkeeping with very substandard defending, and by the boys of the Tippy Tappy boys of North London. You saw Mane's goal.
There was a drawback to that one.
There was a real drawback to it. As the ball's lofted, I think by Schneiderlin, basically lofted over into the 18-yard box over the head of Koscielny. Mane's runs past him basically. Yeah. Koscielny, for some reason, decides he wants to. I don't know. No, I'm cool. He wants to meet Mane, And basically,
He wanted to meet him, get his autograph, take him out for dinner.
do his hair for him. I don't know what he was up
That
to.
would be quite a job doing it.
Maybe he wanted to do. Well, I don't know what he wanted to, but basically, he then decided he wanted to leg it back into the goal where he should have been and got locked.
Man, Chesney was funny though.
And then the second goal, as you rightly described, was probably even worse with the fact that he should have left it for Debussy or Mertesacker to actually clear it.
Yeah, there was no need for Chesney to get that second touch. All right, panic in the heat of the moment, yes, but there's no Southampton player within 5 yards of the ball. You got Debussy and Mertesacker right in front of you. Either one of them could have cleared it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chesney decides to kick it out, and then boom.
Man, I've seen better goalkeeping from me and you in Ibis colours.
Yeah, good
to be
shout.
honest.
Yeah,
and
good shout.
we've had some farcical moments ourselves.
Oh God, yeah. I've had a lot of farcical bloody moments.
I remember one moment in time where we actually clashed.
Wait, which one was that? Was that the one at Wickham where you got sent off?
No. I think that
I still say I was the covering defender.
The one where we had 9 men and basically
Polly,
you were running backwards, I was running forwards.
Yeah, away at Polly. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was,
Enough said about that anyway.
We'll leave that one alone. That was classic. But
just imagine that's Saturday football. That's us lot, Southern Amateur League, and that's the standard Chesney was actually playing at.
Would have been embarrassing at Saturday League level. But no, I mean, it's one of them was. I mean, you wanna move on in terms of results? Or?
Yeah, why not? So
if any of the Skypers want to jump in, let us know. We're gonna come back in a second as well. So all good. West Ham won, West Brom won. Sarko scoring on 10 minutes. Saido Berahino scoring on 42 minutes. The weirdest game of New Year's Day had to be Tottenham 5, Chelsea 3.
Yeah.
Whoever saw this coming, mate, they've retired to the Bahamas on this result. Because imagine the odds on a 5-3 to Tottenham.
Yeah.
Wow, that must have been astronomical. Even Big T, you throw them T's up for him. Even Big T and some of the crazy bets he's made and actually come very close, he wouldn't have even thought of this one. Tottenham 5, Chelsea 3. Costa opening the scoring on 18 minutes. Harry Kane scoring on 30 minutes. Danny Rose scoring on 44 minutes. Kane scored again on 52 minutes. Townsend scored a penalty in first half stoppage time. Eden Hazard scored on 61. Nasser Chadley scored on 78. And John Terry scored on 87. Tapping. But it was one of them ones. Harry Kane, I think it was his first goal. His first goal was the turn, everything. Nice. I think that was his second, actually. But the turn and finish, lovely. World class, no, let's not go that far. But the fact of the matter is, Kane's on he's in a purple patch.
I was going to say his first goal was the run where he dribbled it through a couple of players.
Yeah.
Even that in itself.
Oh yeah, that was nicely done. You can see he's brimming with confidence. I mean, dude is brimming with confidence at the moment. So it's one of them. I said he's in a purple patch, and power to him. Power to him. Whether he's the future of England or not, too early to speculate. Although it hasn't stopped everyone else speculating. That's the funny thing. Oh, that's the funny thing. But you know what, yeah? Mike Harneman, you wanted to jump in on Southampton and Arsenal and take Tottenham Chelsea if you want. Seeing as it's your North London rivals getting a very interesting win. And by the way, Jose Mourinho, hey, dude, life sucks and then you die. Blaming referees for getting beaten 5-3. Dude, shut your face. Move on. Because you need to start being gracious in defeat because you already look an idiot to some of us. Some of us have never liked you from day one. The special one, no, you're the arrogant one. Mike Harneman, please have at it.
I just think that if Tottenham can keep Harry Kane fit, they have got a very strong chance of finishing in the top 4, and it worries me. It really does, because I can see us being a team that slip away from the Champions League places because we're relying too much on Sanchez. If Sanchez gets injured or if something happens to him, because obviously we're relying on him too much at the and if there's no one that can come in and do a job otherwise. So I think Harry Kane for Tottenham, he could be the big player to decide the top 4.
No,
that's an interesting take on that. But I've got to say, wouldn't you say that Tottenham are relying on Harry Kane right now? You know, with Adebayor not in form, Soldado not in form. Aren't they in the same similar predicament as us?
At the moment, I'd say they're not, because Harry Kane's there, but they've got other players chipping in with goals as well. They've got the likes of Eriksen, for example.
Yeah, he's got a few lately.
By the way, Wimbledon coming close again using Route 1 tactics this time. But like I said to you pre-match, Wimbledon are gonna bother us if they play it in the air. I mean, especially with Akinfenwa, he's gonna bother us the way Matt Smith bothered us when he was playing for Oldham. So it's gonna be one of them. It's gonna be very interesting.
Just quickly on the Arsenal game as well against Southampton.
Yeah, sure.
I think it literally was one of the worst games that we've had for quite some time. I think the defending was nothing short of atrocious. Mertesacker and Koscielny basically both should have done better for the first goal. Szczesny, I don't know what he was doing coming out of his box like that anyway, especially when Mane is so far wide. I don't know what Szczesny's doing. Basically, he should have just had it covered anyway. And I think that's Mane's goal as well. I don't think you can give that to Mertesacker, even though he might have sort of got a touch on it. And for the second goal, I agree with what you were saying earlier on. Debuchy should have been left to clear it, and he probably would have done as well. Mertesacker didn't have his best game. Debuchy was probably about a 4 out of 10. Same with Kieran Gibbs as well. I thought they were all pretty poor, to be honest.
No, I hear that. I mean, it's one of those. I mean, we had Dave Meary who wanted to jump in as well. Dave, welcome to PT, man.
It's 1-1 at Wimbledon, guys. They've just scored. It's 1-1. It's 1-1 Wimbledon, Liverpool.
Okay, we haven't seen that yet. Our feed's a bit behind.
It's just got in the back of the net ahead. I can't see who's got it, but it's come from a corner.
All right, our feed's a bit behind, so we'll have to update that in a sec. But you wanted to jump in?
Yeah, I wanted to jump in on the Mourinho issue again. Like Chelsea against Spurs last week, to me that was the best game over the holiday period, right? And he's come out after the match. They've been absolutely destroyed by an excellent Spurs side on the day. They've conceded 5 goals. He's come out after the match and he said Phil Dowd is a bit heavy and he's too slow around the pitch, right? He's again having a go at the referee.
Of course.
Throwing the eye back off himself for his tactics and how bad they were in defence. I think it's a time, this crowd, this FA have got to deal with this guy. He's coming out and making these statements and they should be dealing with him. They should be giving him suspensions and they should be actually fining him now at this stage.
Yeah.
I totally agree, because it's one of them was like my blog last season. It was a case of, a bit of a scrambled goal on 35 minutes to draw AFC Wimbledon level. And hey, I've said you can't underestimate them. I said pre-show you can't underestimate them. So it's one of them. But I still see us winning it. But the Mourinho thing, it was Mourinho, Cundy, and the non-existent anti-Chelsea conspiracy. That was from a year ago that I did that, and he's beating the dead horse.
Yeah,
and also, if there is a conspiracy against him, he's the one who's caused it.
He's beating a dead horse.
If there's a conspiracy against them, okay? If there's a conspiracy against Chelsea Football Club, Gary Cahill, the centre half of Chelsea, he put it on a plate for the referee in the Spurs match. He should have been sent off for kicking. I think it was Kane in the back. If the referees are going out to do them, that was an easy red card. Referee didn't even talk to him. Let him stay on the pitch. Yeah. There was an incident in another game during the week where I've seen him, where a player got away with, Ivanovic got away with causing issues. Mm-hmm. There's no policy with referees to go out and do Chelsea.
Of course
but
not.
Mourinho has this attitude that he thinks he's getting hard done by all the time. My blog, as you saw, that I wrote over the last couple of days, this guy has been claiming this going back to Anders Frisk when he was manager of Barcelona, when he caused Frisk to retire that time, and he's been carrying it ever since.
But the Frisk thing was quite funny. Wait, no, wait, hold on. That was correct me if I'm wrong, but I swear that was the year of the disgrace, the disgrace, as I like to call it, 2009, the year of the disgrace with Anders Frisk. Yeah.
No. The guy with the disgrace, that was Didier Drogba. That was the guy from Denmark, the referee. The guy from...
That was Anders Frisk.
Anders Frisk. No, Anders Frisk is the one where in the new camp, Mourinho claimed that Frank
went
Rijkaard.
he went into the changing rooms.
Had gone into the changing room at half time,
Yeah.
which proved afterwards to be a load of lies. Now
Yes.
FIFA dealt with him. FIFA banned Mourinho from the match, and then we heard the mad story about him being brought into the dressing room in a basket or so, in a bag of gear. Again.
Oh yeah, and the whole iPad thing from the hotel.
You know, all of this sort of nonsense. They've
stuff.
been doing this for years now, and someone has just got to deal with the guy.
Well, the thing is with Mourinho, and I don't want to spend too long on him because he's not worth the airtime anymore.
Exactly, yeah.
It's a case of the guy's like I said in my blog, the guy thinks there's a conspiracy against him, but he's a media darling, so the guy's an idiot. The guy's an idiot. It's the art of deflection. A lot of people fall into it. Chelsea were poor. And I said from the beginning of the season, from quite early on in the season, Chelsea were not going invincible. It's not going to happen because look at the goals they've been conceding. And Akin Fenwa looks like he's going to punch out the
Man's acting
referee.
like a roadmap.
And it's what
Ref, leave me alone, blood man.
Hey, that's one dude, and he's been booked for it. He's been booked for it. So, listen, blood, yeah, I swear that. Right, that is a big
man, they will come for you.
But it's on them. Take a tank to stop. That's a blatant foul, though. Dude's just pushed Martin Skirtle over. Two-handed push. He's such a that's dumb. But yeah, with the Mourinho issue, it's on them ones. He's not funny. He's not clever. And by the way, to the makers of Gogglebox on Channel 4, please, whenever you put something football related on, please stop focusing on Mourinho. I'm begging you. I love the program Gogglebox, but I hate whenever something's football related, apart from the Chad Evans thing, obviously. But on a general basis, whenever they put something football related, it's always been Mourinho. It's like, mate, the dude needs to shut his face. He just ends up getting my blood pressure up. And as I said, the fact is, it's the art of deflection. Chelsea were poor against Tottenham, and Tottenham exposed them like other teams have exposed Tottenham over the years.
It's not so much though Tottenham were poor against. Chelsea were poor against Tottenham. Chelsea have been poor for the last couple of weeks. Manchester City have been nipping away at that lead they've had for quite a while now, and now it's down to nothing. And this is where it's all coming on top of Mourinho. And don't forget, this guy hasn't won anything for the last couple of seasons. I would do a Kevin Keegan on this. I would love it. I would love it if Man City won the league.
Love it. What would you do? Love it.
Love it.
But it's one of them ones where, hey, Mourinho, hey, you know, I'm going to paraphrase Keegan as well. When you say that about referees, no. Man City, they're still fighting for that title. Oh, I love it. It's one of them ones. I mean, Lilia Lumi, you wanted to come in about the Mourinho thing, and then we need to move on because we just don't really want to dwell on him too much.
Yeah, and to be honest, like you say, every time I see him, my blood just boils every time I see him because he just says they played well even if they haven't. And to be honest, Tottenham deserved to win that game. So.
No, definitely. I mean, it's one of them ones. You know what? Let's shift on because you know what? We got the FA Cup. Not in studio with us, but we got the magic of the FA Cup to go on to because the FA Cup second round still had a match to play, and that was MK Dons 0, Chesterfield 1. Robert scoring the only goal of the game on 43 minutes. But it's one of them was the MK Dons Chesterfield deal. The reason why this was being replayed is because there was actually an ineligible player played in the first match. But hey, Chesterfield won it again anyway. So it would have been funny if MK Dons had won the second one because there would have been grievances all over the shop. But Chesterfield got through. So it's one of them was they've got their third round game. They've got their third round game coming up as well. Mike Harneman, you wanted to jump in on MK Dons Chesterfield, the replayed game.
A couple of weeks ago when they decided that it was going to be replayed, I kind of think that the FA made a bad call on that by giving them another chance. because obviously they've done wrong by fielding a ineligible player, and then they get another shot at it, and then they go and win it anyway. So, to be honest, what's their punishment? Nothing.
Well, so I actually can't remember what other punishment there was off the top of my head, but it's getting a match replay. There was always the chance of getting knocked out again. So, but you know what? Yeah. But you know what? The FA Cup third round kicked off on Friday, 2nd of January 2015. Cardiff 3, Colchester 1. Rules opened the scoring on 34 minutes. Harris scored on 53, and Kenwyn Jones scored on 60 minutes, and Freddie Sears, formerly of West Ham, scored on 74 minutes. A consolation for Colchester. Colchester consolation, if you will. But moving on to Saturday, 3rd of January 2015, the FA Cup third round got in the full swing, and Barnsley 0, Middlesbrough 2. Vossen opened the scoring on 48 minutes with Daniel Ayala scoring on 84 minutes. Adam Clayton was sent off on 77. Blythe Spartans 2, Birmingham 3. Blythe Spartans being that side that Alan Shearer apparently went into their dressing room and inspired them against Hartlepool, which Jeff Stelling was none too happy about. Another case of the parasitic media trying to influence the outcome of a game unfairly. But Blythe Spartans 2, Birmingham 3, they all scored on 35 and 41 minutes. But 52 minutes, it was all Birmingham second half because Lee Novak scored on 52 minutes. Thomas scored on 55 minutes and 58 minutes as well to give Birmingham the 3-2 victory. So that was one cup dream that was over. But Blythe Spartans had their chances, as Lily Lumia said in the chat. Blythe Spartans could have won it. They had their chances, but they squandered them. And the goals, you could see they were just running out of steam in the end. So bit of a mad one. Bolton 1, Wigan 0. Clough scoring the only goal of the game on 76 minutes. There, youngster as well thrown in. So it's one of them was. But the finalists from a couple of years ago out of the FA Cup at the third round, with Bolton going through, and Bolton will meet AFC Wimbledon or Liverpool. So it's one of them ones. But Brentford 0, Brighton 2. God, where's that one gone? Dunk scoring on 88 minutes and O'Grady scoring on 93 minutes. Brentford had a whole host of chances. Again, you squander your chances, you don't make a team pay. It's my lemons. It's not gonna go well for you. Cambridge 2, Luton 1, and Cambridge actually have been rewarded with a money spinning draw. We'll come into the FA Cup fourth round draw later. But Cambridge 2, Luton 1. Simpson opened scoring on 27 minutes. Donaldson scored on 66. And for half a second, I thought I said Mike Harneman. I thought I said M. Harneman scored on 74 minutes. It's Harryman, but it's one of those. That would have been funny. But yeah, it is one of them was Cambridge 2, Luton 1. And halftime as Brendan Rodgers trudges onto the pitch and Akin Fenwa, aka the Beast, who a training session, what? I don't know what Russ Vernon's talking about in the Skype chat there. I swear we
hope it's nothing inappropriate.
No. We've got the feed of the game going, so I don't know why he's saying you get something to work. We've already got it. But anyway, it is one of them ones where I'm tempted to go TV catch up on it. But yeah, it's one of them ones. Halftime, AFC Wimbledon 1, Liverpool 1. Akin Fenwa equalising after Gerrard had scored the opener. Now, Charlton 1, Blackburn 2. Taylor opening the scoring on 4 minutes. Berg Goodmanson scoring on 55 minutes. And Taylor scoring again on 59 minutes. Boyens was sent off on 72 minutes. And JBK, calm down, brother. Calm down. Arsenal, Fulham, QPR, whatever team is yours, they're not playing right now. dudes like yes, like that whole mad Daniel Bryan movement or whatever the hell it was. I remember yes for when Goldberg won the world title from Hulk Hogan in 1998 on Nitro, one of WCW's biggest blown opportunities. But it's one of them ones. But let's go for Derby 1, Southport 0. A Chris Martin penalty on 93 minutes, seeing Derby County through. So it's one of them ones, man. Doncaster 1, Bristol City 1. Lee McCulloch scoring on 50 minutes and Smith scoring on 75 minutes. Fulham 0, Wolves 0. The only thing really to report from this, a crap load of chances. Apparently it was a very entertaining game for a 0-0. Scott Parker was booked on 17 minutes and Evans was booked on 69 minutes. Kieran Riley, you wanted to jump in on Fulham v Wolves and JBK, aka Two Man, aka Mr. Bailey, aka Master Bailey. You can jump in after as well, but Kieran, have at it.
I did watch the replay. Well, not the replay. Yeah, the replay for that, like the highlights and stuff. I'd say we did have a lot of chances. Leon Clark coming close about twice, which I was very annoyed about. He's one of our, well, he was one of our best players. He's getting the shots, but he's just not directing them into the goal. It's getting really, really annoying. I know JBK was a little bit annoyed about the draw, but it was coming up. We all knew it probably would go to a draw, but the replay will be on the 13th at the lovely Molineux, my palace.
It's one of them ones. Football's his religion. Molineux's his church. Quite an interesting sounding church. But Jamie Bailey, you wanted to jump in on this result as well.
Yeah. Well, considering that there's been 2 games close to the area of Kingston in the past 48 hours.
We're not talking about Jamaica, are we? Or are we talking about Richmond upon Thames, baby?
In terms of this one, it was sort of it was either going to be a draw or a one goal win, and maybe fortunately we've actually got the draw out of the game, because there were a whole host of chances in the game. I was actually at Motspur Park, the training ground for Fulham FC, in the morning, and if anybody knows of my Facebook statuses on that day, traffic with the whole situation of traveling during the day is just not the one.
You know, on a general basis, it's not good to be traveling around on FA Cup third round day anyway. That just makes everything different.
You just can't travel around in a general basis. But digressing, I'd say going up to once again somebody's kingdom, I think will be the Warriors, just to take the just to dethrone that Molineux place and tame the Wolves on this occasion. Good luck, Kieran, and I hope that I can actually go up there on the day.
I heard that. Know what? Yeah. Know what? Tons of results. Let's carry on. Huddersfield 0, Reading 1. I think Nathan Blackman scoring on Nick Blackman scoring on 69 minutes. Hogg was sent off on 90. Leicester City 1, Newcastle United 0. Leonardo Ulloa with the only goal of the game on 39 minutes. Managerless Newcastle, but we'll get into that in the next segment. Millwall 3, Bradford 3. Now, this is one match which is interesting, and because of the 4th round draw, has taken an even more significance. But not scored on 6 minutes to open scoring for Bradford. McDonald scored on 36 minutes. Fuller scored on 66. Nelson scored an own goal on 70. Not scored again on 76. And Fuller scored again on 83 minutes. Lilia Lumi, you wanted to jump in on Bradford?
Yeah, it's just to say that I think actually they should have won that game. From what I can gather, they had loads of chances. I really hope they beat Millwall in the replay as well.
I'm kind of I don't know, man. As much as
I don't know. Well, I am a Leeds fan, and we don't particularly like Millwall, so there you go.
I was gonna say it's one of them ones. I ain't got nothing against Bradford, and I ain't got nothing for or against Millwall. But they do a lot of great community
Sadly,
work.
I've
So.
got something against Millwall, so I'd rather Bradford won.
No, I heard that. It's one of them ones. Big shout out to Will Hainsworth, actually, one of my old Ibis club mates. It's one of them was a Bantams fan. But in terms of we'll get onto the fourth round draw in a minute. Preston 2, Norwich 0. Gallagher scoring on 71 minutes and Gallagher scoring again on 84 minutes. Now, you know what? There were so many chances for Norwich in this. You just wonder how they didn't hit the back of the net. I think Nathan Redmond was quite a live wire in that game as well. But hey, it's one of them. Russ Verne, you want to jump in on Preston Norwich?
Yeah, Liam, because I don't know if you saw a photo of this from the Preston dressing room before the game actually started. Simon Grayson, the manager of Preston North End, ex-Leeds United manager, Leeds United fan as well, who was at the game yesterday to the Stadium of Light. He's got former Leeds hero Jermaine Beckford, who, if you remember rightly, 5 years ago, he scored the winning goal when Leeds beat Man United. And on Saturday, we've been 3rd of January, 5 years till the date, in the dressing room on the tactics board, it said Happy Beckford Day, January 3rd, remember the date. He actually put that in the dressing room for when Beckford came in, and when Howson and Johnson came with the Norwich squad before they went into the away dressing room, they went in and they all had a pre-match huddle and talked about the game that happened 5 years ago on the date.
I heard that. You know, speaking of games that happened on the date, we also had Rochdale 1, Nottingham Forest 0. Vicente scoring a penalty on 12 minutes, the only goal of the game. Rotherham 1, Bournemouth 5. Brindley opened the scoring for Rotherham on 10 minutes, but McDonald scored on 44. Junior Stanislas scored on 58. Fraser scored on 63. Jan Kermorgant bagged the brace as well. The first of which on 67 minutes and the second of which on 71 minutes. Tranmere 2, Swansea 6. Nathan Dyer opened the score on 34 minutes. And Tom Carroll scored on 49 minutes. Barrow scored on 58 minutes. Max Power. He's the man whose name you'd love to touch, but you mustn't touch. His name sounds good in your ear, but when you hear it, you mustn't fear, because it can be said by anyone. So every time Max Power scores, that is the treatment you will get. The old school Simpsons references. But Bafa-Tembi Gomis scored on 77 minutes. Stockton scored on 83. Wayne Routledge scored on 85 minutes. And on 94 minutes, Bafa-Tembi Gomis scored again. That goal was just mockage. He twists, he turns, he twists, he turns, he twists, he turns, and then scores. Nice goal. West Brom 7, Gateshead 0. Saido Berahino helping himself to 4 goals. The first of which on 42 minutes. The second of which on 46. The third of which on 53. And the fourth on 92 minutes. Victor Anichebe scored. On in first half stoppage time. Chris Brunt scored on 55 minutes. And James Morrison scored on 79. So it's one of them ones. You know what? West Brom did their job professionally, and no one really celebrated. I think it was because it's Gateshead. Didn't want to rub it in, so they were like, you know what? Bugger it. It's one of them ones. We scored. Let's go about this in a professional manner. And props to West Brom. They were respectful. Swansea with Tranmere and Swansea, it was one of them ones where 4-2. It looked like Tranmere might have come back, but then Swansea just went ahead and just bowled through, and they were like, nah, this comeback ain't on, especially Gomis as well. I think Emnes had a brilliant chance in that game to score as well. But Rotherham 1, Bournemouth 5. Russ Vernon, you wanted to have your view before we move on that?
Yeah, Liam, because I actually saw the highlights, and Ian Hart, before Richard Brinley opened the scoring for Rotherham, he actually had a free kick which actually bounced over the line. I've actually spoke to someone who was actually at the game. He sits near the away end in the west stand, and from his view, he crossed the line. His wife and I think he said his dad was in the car. He texted him at half time. They said he didn't go across the line, but from everyone else in the stadium, Rotherham fans, and me included, who have seen on the highlights. It was a definite goal, and he should have. Bournemouth could have had 6 in that game, and it was a fantastic free kick for me. And also, they still got it.
No, I heard that. Well, it's one of them was, hey, without GLT, it's a little harder to prove stuff. As we've seen before. GLT, goal line tech, goal line tech. I was actually chanting that on one of the Ardis games a couple of weeks back. It's like GLT. I was the only one on the pitch just chanting it. I thought bugger it, why not? Sunday, 4th of January 2015. Let's go into a few more results in the FA Cup third round. Dover Athletic 0, Crystal Palace 4. Scott Dan opened the scoring on 10 minutes, scored again on 34 minutes. Dwight Gale scored on 68, and Doyle scored on 87 minutes. A shock in this next one. QPR 0, Sheffield United 3. McNulty scored on 36 minutes. Jamal Campbell-Rice, in probably me and the G-Man's one of our favourite goals this week.
Yeah.
Jamal Campbell-Rice.
The dancing feet.
Yeah, that's a good one actually. You know what that was where a minute ago I was saying about Bafétimbi Gomis talking about he tossed, he turned, he tossed, he twist, he turned, he twist, he turned. Campbell-Rice did the same thing, except like it looked like he'd been sped up. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, done. He looked like he was mocking the keeper. Woo! It was classic.
Fantastic goal. And I watched that without.
And he scored again on 94 minutes as well.
I watched that without any audio. Didn't know what was happening, but just watching it.
You see 1, 2, 3, 4, bang.
No, but I just want to say something about the Crystal Palace match, because I actually did sit down and get to grips with that match, and I've got to say it was a very professional performance by Crystal Palace against Dover. And especially for their first game with a new manager in charge. I know we're going to go into that later.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But Scott Dan scored some cracking goals, and he was winning everything in the air when he was in the Dover box. But credit to Dover, they did try.
Well, Palace took Dover Athletic seriously, and everyone, to their credit, everyone in this third round is playing strong. All the Premier League teams are playing strongest teams that they can.
Yeah.
So they are taking it seriously. They ain't mucking around. Liverpool against Wimbledon tonight. We ain't mucking around with our team selection. Man United, same deal. Man City, exactly the same thing as well. So oh my God, you can really tell it's the 80s. When you see some of that old footage, you can really tell it's the 80s. Oh my God, take you to an army training camp. It worked though.
Man,
and by the way,
watch the documentary Crazy Game.
Yeah, I will.
That's
I will.
funny. Absolutely hilarious.
Speaking of hilarious, Leeds lose again. Sunderland 1, Leeds United 0. Van Arnholt scored on 33 minutes, the only goal of the game. Russ Vernon, I know you're gonna want to jump in on this one, and so is Lily Alumi too. So let's have Lily Alumi first. Sunderland 1, Leeds United 0. Your view?
Well, my view is that it wasn't. From what I can gather, what I've seen from the highlights, it wasn't that bad. But then again, we're not in great form, so I wasn't really expecting us to win. But at least it was only 1-0. It could have been worse, I suppose.
No, I heard that. I heard that. I mean,
but I just got this bad feeling Chelina might be sacking another manager soon.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. How long's Redfern lasted so far? About 4 games?
You could sack anyone with a drop of a hat, but I hope not, because I just want Neil Redfern to be given a fair crack of the whip, but I don't think he will, unfortunately.
Well, it's one of them ones. I mean, you look at Chelino at the moment. At the moment, he's disqualified from even being an owner, so turmoil's there.
Yeah. Well, technically, yes, but yeah. Apparently, he wants to try and control all the signings this month, but Redfern has his own ideas and Chelino has different ones apparently.
Well, it's one of them ones. You got crap. It looks like you got a crap storm coming. It's at Leeds United. Anyway, as the second half gets underway, AFC Wimbledon 1, Liverpool 1. It's one of them ones that is back on the way. Russ Vernon, Sunderland 1, Leeds 0. Your view before we move on?
Yeah, actually, I had the game, Liam, as you and most of you know, and I must say I enjoyed. We missed the first 10 minutes game because there was over 5,000 Leeds fans there. Sunderland fans were absolutely quiet. Only time they woke up was when they scored after that. Back silent again. If Leeds fans weren't singing, it would have been I would have been watching it at a library. That's Sunderland fans. And first half, Sunderland better side. Fletcher fluffed a great chance before Van Aert opened and scored a fantastic goal from him. And then in the second half, Leeds were much better side. I thought 2-3-1 formation we played worked second half. Don't know what he said to him at half time, but it definitely worked. Leeds were denied a clear cut penalty, definite penalty. Charlie Taylor goes down inside the penalty area. Referee, is it just outside the box? I mean, Mardin, yes, he was the referee yesterday. He was the referee when we played Ipswich in the season. He gave a penalty for a similar sort of challenge to Ipswich, and that challenge was outside the box. This challenge was inside the box, and he gives a free kick. Come on, Mike. Get him right way around.
Well, let's carry on. Let's not dwell on moaning at referees, because otherwise we'll be here all night. But what did you think? What did you think in terms? What do you think in terms of the result?
I thought, despite the results, we put up a good fight. He's played much better than what we have done in recent matches. And on the second half showing, we deserved to get a replay, take him back to Ellen Road, and it was hopefully, well, it wasn't to be in. Good luck to Sunderland in the next round. And Cellino is giving Redfern the vote of confidence, and he's come out and told Redfern when he spoke to him. This is when Redfern's told the press, the BBC Radio Leeds, and other media outlets. He says Cellino's realised the manager's another problem. It's the players on the pitch, and they're working together to get championship quality into the club, which is what Leeds United are missing.
Well, you know what I said. We're not gonna dwell on that point, because we'd be here all night in terms of Cellino and views on that, and that wasn't quite cleared off the line. That was cleared from about 2-3 yards out by Gerrard. But anyway, Aston Villa 1, Blackpool 0, and as the commentary said, on 88 minutes, Christian Benteke blasted Aston Villa out of the mediocrity in that match. Man City 2, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Nuhiu opened the scoring on 14 minutes. And you know what? Sheffield Wednesday were actually good value for it as well. But James Milner spared Man City's blushes, scoring first on 66 minutes, then scoring on 91 minutes. It was rear guard action in that second half. And from Sheffield Wednesday, you know what? It would have been so good to have seen Sheffield Wednesday hold out and take back to Hillsborough, but it just wasn't to be. Southampton 1, Ipswich 1. Ambrose scoring on 19 minutes with Morgan Schneiderlin equalising on 33 minutes. And Lilia Lumi, take it easy. Stoke 3, Wrexham 1. Carrington opened the scoring on 73 minutes, but it looked like that kind of it's like poking a hornet's nest with a sharp stick, because Arnautovic scored on 80 minutes, Stephen Ireland scored on 80 minutes, and then in 94 minutes as well. Yeovil Town 0, Man United 2. Ander Herrera scoring a goal of the week contender on 64 minutes, with Di Maria scoring on 90 minutes. Stuff for the week is later on in the show. I know Jesse Fizzle was happy about this result, because United apparently didn't look that good, to be perfectly frank.
They look poor.
Yeah.
Very poor.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched the game. Gotta say, like I was saying to you off air, that Man United were playing that fake 3-4-3 formation, or 3-5-2, or 3-5-2 as they like to put it. But it's like I said to you, I just feel the lower league teams don't respect that formation, and when they're just bombing the balls up from long ball, and it's going over the wing backs, like Man United were just heavily exposed. You just saw Blackett and Smalling on several occasions just exposed, more getting through, and he was tall and lanky, a bit like Mertesacker. He wasn't even fast, but he was like causing a bit of havoc up front. He did get himself injured as well. Clash of heads with McNair earlier on.
Say, if you've got a unit of a player, then you've always got a chance.
Yeah.
Against the bigger sides, and then you start playing Route 1. I'm surprised AFC Wimbledon haven't played just Route 1 all game. We're back in Fenway.
It's one of those matches like with Man City and other Premier League teams that have gone down early in the first round. In this round, basically, you always felt they're going to come back because they just got the strength, and also as Arsene Wenger would say, the mental strength to get through the game, get through the games, and that's what Man United did. They just bided their chance. And was that a penalty right there?
No, I didn't even look a penalty for me. In all honesty, I wouldn't mind seeing the replay. 50 minutes gone, AFC Wimbledon 1, Liverpool 1. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a replay on that one. Didn't look it, but from this kind of distance, it's kind of difficult to see it. But yeah, it's one of them ones. Jamie Bailey, you want to jump in on Yeovil Man United, and Dave Meir wants to interfere as well. But Jamie Bailey, how about it?
I actually woke up in time for the first goal.
Woke up? Were you hungover?
Yeah, had a bit of a late night. Didn't go to sleep until about 9 a.m. But when I looked at the game, I don't think.
I love it.
For me, I didn't really see. I don't see what everybody was talking about, even from the highlights. Saying that Manchester United didn't control the game. Manchester United had it in the bag from the start. The only thing that they didn't do was convert their chances, and the time that everybody was talking about with a chance for Yeovil happened in the second half, did not happen in the first. And the only chance that they really did have was that one chance. So as much as everybody's saying that United didn't play well, I think they might have to look at the percentages again and say, yes, they did. Simple as that.
You know what? I mean, Dave Meir, you wanted to jump in as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I was going to come in about a refereeing incident in the match, but I'm just going to back up what that lad said. I watched the 90 minutes and I thought Manchester United controlled the game from start to finish. I didn't think Manchester United looked in any way any sort of problem yesterday. But the one thing I want to talk to you about, guys, there was an incident in the second half yesterday where there was a handball, and the Yeovil player would have been through, but it was a questionable handball. You actually sent me a tweet to see what I thought about it, and I said no, it was an accident and it was no free kick. But what annoyed me so much, and again I'll go back to the refereeing issue, what annoyed me so much was Michael Owen, who was played football, who was paid loads of money by BT to actually commentate on the match, actually said it was a handball and a red card. You know, Michael Owen, I don't know what he was talking about. How was he even claiming there was a goal scored an opportunity? The point I'm trying to make is that some of these guys were sitting in beside commentators and co-commentating, and they haven't got a clue. And to the normal person who picks up a television button on a Sunday and sticks on a match just to look for it, if they're listening to them and they're saying, "Oh, he must know because he's an ex-footballer," these guys haven't got a clue.
But you know what? But this, you know what? That kind of ties into what I'm always saying about the parasitic media, and that not enough people and not enough football fans especially question what the media put out. This is the thing. This is why we have shows like this, so people can question what the parasitic media, as I like to call them, put out. Don't just accept it. Question it. Think about it, and then question it. Question everything.
Totally agree with you.
I mean, it's one of them ones. I mean, we've seen a couple of interesting refereeing decisions. I mean, you've got Smalling's handball that he got away with Stoke, and by the way, Burnley 0, Tottenham 1. Nasser Chadley scored the only goal of the game so far on 56 minutes. But the fact of the matter is that Chris Smalling got away with one against Stoke, and that was a blatant one. There were a couple of other blatant ones as well over the weekend that people were getting away with. So
it's like they go along. It kind of comes in circles with them. It's 1 week they're talking about bad tackles. You know, referees not to be consistent with bad tackles, and then you have a spate of handballs that aren't handballs or they are handballs, and they go on a wagon on that one as well. It just seems to be whatever suits the week, whatever happens in the week, they seem to jump on and they say, right, we're bandwagging this for the week. Niall Quinn is another one who's dangerous at it.
I mean, but you know, I said it's one of them. It's the parasitic media. They jump. There's agendas behind everything. Behind everything they do. Behind everything they post. Saw something on ESPN on ESPN.com via Facebook earlier. If Gerrard, we're gonna get onto this point later anyway. But if Gerrard goes to the MLS, will he flop like Jermaine Defoe and Frank Lampard? And it's like, wait, hold on. How can you say Frank Lampard's flop when he ain't even kicked the ball, and the team that he plays for haven't even started playing yet? You see what I'm saying about the parasitic media? But not enough people see that and question that kind of thing.
Frank Lampard has been so successful in the MLS, his team are top of the league in the Premier League.
Yeah. I mean, it's mad.
One thing I do just want to chip in there is the fact that I feel that referees, and I don't know if you agree with me, Messi, but I've got to say, the standard of refereeing in this country has become so bad. Yeah, and not. when I say so bad, I mean like, you know, every week it's being pointed out. Every week decisions are being pointed out. Bad decisions are being pointed out. Bad decisions are being seen, and nothing seems to be happening. And this is why more and more people are just looking for more and more excuses to point at the referees.
Okay, guys, but look, hang on a second. You're saying every week bad decisions are being highlighted, but who are they being highlighted by? Ex-players.
Well, ex-players who are now pundits, yeah, but also
same argument I have. The same argument I had from the start. Ex-players haven't got a clue about refereeing.
Yeah,
like referees are not good players.
Yeah,
ex-players are the worst pundits you can have.
I don't see. I wouldn't agree with that. I think there are exceptions to the rule, but at the end of the day, on a general basis, I think it's one of them ones where where a lot of the times you've got armchair fans who don't play football, who are probably the worst kind of pundits you can have. And I've seen a lot of stupid short-termist comments coming out from people who don't play football. So, like, whether it be at any sort of organized level, so amateur league, semi-pro, professional, I mean organized level.
But listen, I think
not just to kick about.
I think you're both trying to point fingers. It's just like the players point fingers. Look, there's people that will have bad comments and will say things that they don't really actually believe, or they don't actually know about, or they probably haven't even seen the decisions. So they're just saying what they've seen on Twitter or Facebook.
I was gonna say it's one of them ones. I think that's just
a general thing all across the board. But what I'm saying,
football's a microcosm of society, and a lot of people base their opinions in inverted brackets on what's perpetuated by the parasitic media.
Yeah, but what I will say, a lot of bad decisions getting made, but people ain't seeing anything happening about it. You know, referees.
There's a clear handball there
actually,
on 57 minutes. That was such a clear handball.
Jumping in on a clear handball. That wasn't a handball. The guy wasn't even looking at the ball.
Come on. The dude has dipped his head like he's trying to get out of the way of the ball, and his hands are out in a unnatural position.
I gotta agree with Missy. That wasn't a handball. You gotta say that was a handball.
That's not
come on.
handball.
He's handled it. Why are his arms that far out for a header? That's pretty simple.
He wasn't even looking.
But as a defender, but speaking as a left back, if I'm looking at that coming out of the air, my first question is, if I'm playing alongside someone who does that, I'm like, firstly, why the hell are you not just standing up and headering that out simply? And why are your arms like that, like you're trying to fly? I don't get that. Because you're always going to run the risk. Seen those ones given.
Speaking as a referee on it, and I saw it here a couple of minutes before you did. He hasn't got control of the ball by doing it. So it's not a hand to ball. It's a ball to hand, and that's where an awful lot of these referees in England are getting caught up.
A ball to hand, considering it's dropped out of the sky. I don't know. But let's agree to disagree on that one. Well, let's agree to disagree on that one, because we got to move on. Chelsea 3, Watford 0. Willian scoring a goal of the week contender on 58 minutes. Loic Remy scoring on 70 minutes. And Kurt Zuma scoring on 72 minutes. G-Man, next results yours before we move on to the draw.
Moving on, we got Hull versus Arsenal. A replay of what was the FA Cup final last year.
And we had fun at that. Pit Talk at the FA Cup final on youtube.com/Pit Talk. Well, come on, we had fun on that.
Oh, we did
at the Watkins Folly. We had a lot.
That is why I'm shaking.
Oh, I don't know why you're doing. I don't know why you're doing that.
A guy's gone put his paws on.
You're doing like a Bollywood movie, just dipping your head.
That's my Kevin Hart reference right there.
Oh my god, it's one levels. But no, we had a lot of fun. Pitch Talk at the FA Cup final. We had a lot of fun, and it was one of them ones where, hey, big shout out to the Watkins Folly.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep. Nathan Arsenal.
Yeah,
shout out to all
Nathan was with us for the day as well.
And everybody that joined in and participated in the videoing of Pitch Talk
at the FA Cup final. But yeah, Arsenal 2-0.
Mertesacker scoring on the 20th minute, and you know what? He done the unexpectable. You know what he did? He scored with his head. Mertesacker scored with his head inside the box. Fantastic. From a corner. Fantastic.
He rose well, and it was one of them ones. He should be winning headers like that in his own box first and foremost, but at least he scored.
But yeah, first and foremost in his own box.
Cool. Well, that's what I'm referring. That's exactly what I'm referring to. The big ducking German, isn't it?
But you know what? The red hot chili player. Yeah. I saw a very similar headline on the back of the Metro.
That's a poor tackle. 60 and a half minutes, and that is a poor tackle. And from what Russ Vernon was saying, in the chat, you might want to watch that. You might want to watch that kind of tackle again, because if you ain't felt one of them, you ain't got any right to say what you said in the Skype chat. Mate, I've taken tackles like that, and I've given tackles like that out before.
Just on the back of the Achilles.
It's one of them ones. That's a painful one. So it's one of them ones. But anyway, you go.
But yeah. The red hot chili player. Anyway, Alexis Sanchez scoring on the 82nd minute. He was causing loads of trouble throughout the first half against Hull. Arsenal did dip down in performance in the second half. Hull did get themselves back into it, but they never really troubled Arsenal. They never really like many have said, like you said earlier on, they didn't really trouble Arsenal. Arsenal's back four. They didn't really penetrate at the back, and you know what? It was a game for Arsenal ready to lose. And as you said, also Hull, didn't really have the players that they. What a goal! And he's done it again.
Steve Gerrard, he'll pass about 40 yards. He's big and he's yard. Steve Gerrard.
Just moving away from the Arsenal.
61 minutes. AFC Wimbledon 1, Liverpool 2.
Hey, mate. Just moving.
Coquelin was lucky not to get sent off.
He was, but I just want to go back to the Steven Gerrard goal. Just ask you a quick question. Is this going to make things a little bit harder on Brendan Rodgers if Steven Gerrard, keeps putting in these performances?
We'll talk about that next segment.
Next segment. But Coquelin, he was lucky not to get sent off.
He went in two-footed. He left the ground. And he was two-footed.
Yeah, look, it was a reckless challenge.
Yeah,
it was playing reckless challenge.
5 minutes to go as well.
Go back to Mercia,
bro. What are you doing?
Refereeing decisions. We've seen those given. We've seen players sent off. Yeah. Now, in my eyes, he should have been sent off. It was a straight red. There was no talking about it. Why did the referee not send him off?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Referees make decisions like this week out, and it's like,
Well, you know what? It wasn't. That's funny. Mike Heineman has said inexperience showed it wasn't rash. I don't think he was lucky to be sent off.
He's been playing football for 22 years.
It's like, hold on. It wasn't rash. The dude jumped in two-footed. What is not rash about that? I'll tell you, nothing. It's one of them. I like, you know what? Dave Mir, aka Mercy. The Coquelin attempt at a tackle, that two-footed lunge. What do you think about that as a ref? What do you think about that?
Well, I actually thought it was a red card, but it wasn't given. It was just one of those things. But I definitely thought it was a red card.
Thank you. At least someone sees sense. Because Mike Garland is saying from where he was sat, it wasn't a rash challenge. I don't know. He's jumped in two-footed, start showing. What is not rash about that?
These guys start diving in with tackles and studs are showing and they're off the ground. They're leaving themselves wide open to be sent off, and he got away with it yesterday.
Right, it's one of them was the fact of the matter is, I've seen tackles like that at amateur league level, and I've been like, what the hell are you doing? And it's one of them. I've seen many a tackle like that, and it's like, no, that's a disgraceful tackle. If tackles like that are not rash and they happen regularly, Mike, I would invite you to come down to the amateur leagues and see how you feel if you see someone coming in with a tackle like that on you, and then you ain't going to be saying that it's not rash. That's what I'm saying. But Mike, did you want to jump in on Arsenal Hull before we move to the draw?
Yeah, because I was actually at the game as you and G-Man know anyway as well. But my reasoning for it not being rash is he's only young, he's only just come back off a loan, and I think it would have been harsh to send him off because some of the decisions the ref gave in that game for Hull, like one on Alexis Sanchez, for example, gave a yellow card to Sanchez, and he was the player that was fouled. So it kind of just evened it out, if you know what I mean. I think the challenge itself might have been rash and might have been might have been harsh.
Boy, but now you're changing your mind. You said in the Skype chat
no,
literally a
I'm
few
not
minutes
changing
ago
my
that
mind.
it wasn't
I'm
rash.
saying
Now
that
you're saying it might be.
It might have been rash, like from people's perspective. But
Have you seen the replays of it?
he's hit.
Have you seen the replays of the tackle?
I've not seen the replay yet. No, I've only seen the live from being at the game yesterday.
Okay.
So like what I'm saying is it might be rash if I look at it again and change
All
my
right.
mind after looking at it again on review.
All right. Hopefully you'll see the replays of the tackle. Sorry, Messi, did you want to come in?
Yeah, I'm just listening to what Mike is saying there. In the sense of if he was at the match live, he's been in the stadium. 9 times out of 10, a lot of tackles can look, on the day they cannot look half as bad. But when you go back and get a second look at them on the telly when you go home, you should say, "Whoa, that was a bad tackle."
Yeah,
Because you
and
don't
from
have
the
to
distance you're
replay,
watching, yeah.
right? And referees don't have replays. They don't have a chance for replays.
Of course
what
not.
he was saying about Sanchez was the guy who was fouled. He ended up getting booked. Sanchez was booked for dissent. That's why he was booked. You've got to watch around the whole thing around these issues, guys. When a fella's tackled, there's words have been said to referees, and Sanchez was booked for dissent, not because he was diving or anything,
Well, look at Akinfenwa. Well, look at Akinfenwa earlier on. He was booked for dissent as well. I mean, he was angry. He was angry. So,
if you know what I'm doing, it's the Sanchez.
But just to jump in on the actual game itself as well, apart from that one incident, I thought Arsenal controlled it. I think Hull, because of their injuries, couldn't really field out the side they would have wanted.
Yeah.
And I think...
Wait, what is that?
It was one of the games that Arsenal were controlled from sort of first to last, and it was going to always end up as an Arsenal victory, I think, from Mertesacker scoring.
You know,
come back in there for a second.
We're gonna come back to that in a sec, but we do have to move on to the draw. We just saw something interesting in the Wimbledon-Liverpool match actually as it happened with Wimbledon's goalkeeper. He got the ball back into the area, so okay, cool. Nothing given there. By the way, Robert Green. Speaking of refereeing decisions, Robert Green.
Yeah.
That was about 2 yards outside the box, and and the linesman is looking right at it, just like the Sterling thing in midweek. Sorry, at the beginning of the week when we were doing live updates on Liverpool Swansea, Sterling should have easily been red carded. And oh my God, Ricky Lambert, how he's missed that. He should have buried that one on 67.5 minutes. Linesman's looking right at it, doesn't give anything.
The
for
linesman
it.
gets a slap on the chin himself. That's how funny it was.
That's what he deserved. But no, it was one of them. You got decisions like that. You got the Robert Green thing where he handballs it about 2 yards outside his box and the linesman's looking right at it. And it's like, I understand what Mercy's saying about referees don't have a second view, but when the linesmen are getting blatant decisions wrong, that Robert Green one was an embarrassment to linesmen. I mean, Dave Meir, I don't know if you agree with that as well, but that, for me, that is an embarrassment. 2 yards outside the box, clear as day.
I won't comment on it, guys, because I actually didn't see it.
Okay.
I'm going to take the lines of view here. I actually didn't see it.
I thought you're taking the Wenger view.
I did not see it.
You know what? Let's shift on to the draw, because the fourth round draw ties to be played on the 24th and 25th of January. By the way, Sam Vokes has equalized 73 minutes. Burnley 1, Tottenham 1. Now, Southampton or Ipswich will face Crystal Palace. Cambridge United will play Man United. Blackburn Rovers v Swansea. Chelsea versus Millwall or Bradford City. That is going to be interesting. 2 words for a potential Chelsea-Millwall match. If that happens, 2 words. Football Factory. That is, G-Man, when that draw came out, that was my reaction. It's like, ooh, Football Factory. That was my reaction. That's all I could think of. But you know what? Derby County versus Scunthorpe or Chesterfield. Preston North End versus Sheffield United. Aston Villa hosting AFC Bournemouth. Birmingham City hosting West Brom. Cardiff hosting Reading. AFC Wimbledon or Liverpool v Bolton Wanderers. Brighton v Arsenal. Burnley or or Tottenham v Leicester, Rochdale v Stoke City, Sunderland versus Fulham or Wolves, Doncaster Rovers or Bristol City versus Everton or West Ham, who play tomorrow, and Man City v Middlesbrough. So those will be playing on the 24th and 25th of January. You know what? At the moment, 70 minutes gone. AFC Wimbledon 1, Liverpool 2. So at the moment, it's Liverpool v Bolton. Brighton Arsenal. What do you reckon, G-Man?
Like I was saying to you just before the show as well, I think Brighton, it's a good draw for us with the teams that we're in there. Like I said,
They've got a good record against.
I was fearing Man United, I was fearing Man City, I was fearing Chelsea.
Yeah, I thought we draw Chelsea or you lot.
You know, but in saying that, Brighton do have that thing about them where they have beaten Newcastle, like what you saying, 2 years running in the FA Cup, and they're sticky opponents. They do play some good football, passing football as well. Yeah. So it could be an open match, could be entertainment, but I'm expecting Arsenal to go through and win it.
God, wasn't far away from Gerrard on 70 minutes. But I mean, Cambridge Man United looks. Yeah. That's the fairy tale one. That would have been the draw that they would have dreamed of. Money spinning tie. But as said, apart from obviously us or Wimbledon against Bolton, it is one of them ones where there are a couple that really do stick out. And I mean Birmingham City West Brom sticks out. Yeah. That's going to be interesting, but it's the potential of Chelsea Millwall that sticks out for me. When you get the old school firms to get, I'm hoping the police are ready for that one. So it's one of them ones. Kieran Riley, are you going to Birmingham v West Brom, and what's your view on Sunderland v Fulham or Wolves?
To be honest, if Wolves beat Fulham, which probably hope they will 1-0, I reckon it probably would. Wolves might win that game against Sunderland because, I'm not too sure, but I reckon Wolves might win that game against Sunderland. And I'm going to Birmingham versus West Brom because I work for the Blues.
You work for him, and hopefully you'll be promoting PT. Seen is one of them was heard the show, promo the show. Oh, good, man. I mean, Mike Harneman, your view on Brighton Arsenal?
I think it's quite a tricky game, really. The fact it's away from home, I think we've got to take them seriously. And I know there'll be a lot of squad rotation and stuff, but we've got to have the likes of Joel Campbell out there, who performed for me quite well yesterday, Stanley Cazorla, Rosicky, and sort of kind of go with the squad rotation sort of team. Because obviously we don't want any more injuries, but we can't be taking them lightly either. So I think if we do that, we should come away with victory.
I know the G-Man had the opposite view of Joel Campbell, which he said on Twitter.
I'm not impressed with Joel Campbell.
Joel Campbell had a good game yesterday. No, he done well.
The G-Man thought the complete opposite.
I was not impressed.
That's why we're here, man. Opinions.
If you're talking... Personally, if you're talking as a stand-in for Podolski, I don't see what he actually offers, to be honest.
Well, he's buggered off to Inter now.
If you got a Podolski that can come on and score, and then you got Joel Campbell that can barely looks like he can deliver a ball to his teammates.
Yeah, but Joel Campbell works hard and he tracks back. Podolski is lazy on that front.
He done it.
That's exactly what G-Man thought about Joel Campbell, that he was lazy. And
no. Podolski is lazy. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Podolski can't do the tracking back and thing, but the tracking back that Joel Campbell done was in flitters and flutters. I saw him when he lost the ball. He gets upset and he just starts walking at snail's pace and not really giving them. It's only when it looked like he was actually going to be substituted or something like that, he decided that he wants to put a shift in. That's what I saw. Yeah. But I personally, you were there live, so you probably saw something different from me. I was just watching on TV, so you only get clips now and then flashing on players from time to time, and it does highlight on players specifically.
Well, you know what? You know what? Jamie Bailey wanted to jump in. Mike, sorry, we got to shift on because of time. Jamie Bailey, you wanted to jump into Sunderland v Fulham or Wolves, that draw, and then we have to move on.
Funny enough, Balotelli's coming on.
Yeah, but your view on the draw.
In terms of the draw, I would have liked Brighton because I think we owed him. In terms of the fact that Arsenal got him, yeah, we'll have to see if we actually get through the draw. In terms of Sunderland, I'm a bit weary because Sunderland know how to play football against smaller opposition, and considering that we've gone down, we're now considered the smaller opposition rather than on the same level. We're not exactly Leeds, but we're not exactly Manchester United. So
exactly Leeds.
I think in this occasion, if we do get through and beat Wolves, then we might have to just bone it in and hopefully come again next season. And hopefully we can get to the playoffs this year and show that we can make it to the finals, make it to the Premiership again. But Sunderland, I think Sunderland might be a step too far this year.
No, I hear that. Well, we'll see. The only thing for sure in football is nothing's for sure, and in the FA Cup, counts double. But you know what? It is one of them ones where that current track that we're on, we're going to have to pause because it is time for us to switch segments. So let's go into quite a bit of
Generally,
it is pitch talk. La da da 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 wow wow. This is Monday night. Pitch Talk live on YouTube. Listen back to the podcast on iTunes, Mixcloud, Podomatic, and Spreaker as well. Yes, we are still live, and this is Monday night. AFC Wimbledon 1, Liverpool 2. With a live bird upon my chest, it's the result I love. The best one I love, the best. We are live and this is Pitch Talk. Why? Because this is Pitch Talk. I know those last two lines didn't make much sense, but G-Man, let us know if we get anything on these socials, by the way.
Yeah, we've got
quite a bit. Yeah, let's go in, man. Let's go in.
You know,
let's go in, baby.
Well, first and foremost, just a big shout out to everyone out there that's listening. That's not actually contributing at the moment, but just listening.
The silent listeners.
Silent listeners, we love you. Also, big shout out to Hitman Chion.
Hey, Hitman Hitchin, what's up, Jack?
No, I don't like that now. Hitman Chion. That's what I like. I like to
mansion.
Yeah, hit mansion.
You want to punch a mansion?
I want to hit the mansion.
What's up, Hitman? What's up?
No homo. But no, we've thrown a few questions out there, which he's been quite vocal on, and we did ask what was your result of the third round of the FA Cup? West Brom 7-0 versus Gateshead, QPR losing 3-0 to Sheffield United, Tranmere getting tramped all over by Swansea 6-2. Any of these, and he's actually said, and he's got it wrong. He said Pitch Talk, or maybe it could be AFC Wimbledon 2-1 Liverpool. But the catch was he was speaking prematurely.
Yeah, I know. Jack Hinchin's a Man United fan, so of course he's going to want to speak prematurely on us. I'm just hoping that's the only thing that's... No, I'm kidding. No.
But he did have a claim that he's got a weird feeling that Akem Fengwon is going to score a second goal. That's what he thinks is going to happen.
You never know. With our defense and him being the beast, it's one of them was. Hey, if you're lucky, Wimbledon are actually right now having a they're having some sort of bidding thing to raise funds for charity, and you can actually win a gym session with Akim Fengwon. So that would be interesting.
Also, just moving on to Facebook. Big shout out to the Facebook crowd, you know, the Facebook family, you know, the Facebook familia. So we've got how do you view
How do you like me now?
Wait. Whoever right now is on the Pitch Talk socials needs to fix up with his English, his standard of English. It's just poor. That guy's a waste, man. You don't handle things like that, man. He's a waste, man.
Who the hell are you, Daniel Sturridge?
You need to see the Vine. But I'm gonna say, how do you feel about the state of refereeing in England? Are referees fairly criticised, or do they have to do better? PT Live is our hashtag. Remember, people. Daniel Puggs Hughes has said, I watch a lot of foreign football, and if you think the Premiership is bad, watch them.
What?
Watch them.
What?
You know
it just might not be be scrutinized. The thing is though, it's like I think the ratio was something like 90% of decisions referees get right, but it's just that 5 to 10% that they get wrong that are really scrutinized on. But it's those 5 to 10% that they get wrong that are the crucial ones.
It's the crucial one.
That's where it ends up. So that's where the leverage is on. That's where the leverage is. Have we got anyone on socials?
Also, basically, just before the Wimbledon Liverpool match started, you had Stephen Ballard, who basically has just said, "Come on, Dons! I played at Kingstonians back in the days and trained there under Stuart McIntyre."
Come on, Coutinho, you need to bury those. Come on, baby. Come on.
Big shout out to Stephen Ballard. Unfortunately, Wimbledon are not winning, but you know,
body a bang.
It's been a good match.
You need to bury some chances, baby. Come on, lucky Stevie. Come on.
But yeah, for now, that's all we got on the socials. And
thank you to everyone. Facebook.com/Pitch Talk, at Pitch Talk on Twitter as well. Tweet with us, follow us, let us know your views. 07535 804 466. Mobiles on. Ready for you to call or text us. You know what? Yeah. No, Tony Pulis confirmed as new West Brom coach from 1st of January 2015. Tony Pulis has been appointed head coach of Premier League strugglers West Brom. Pulis, who's 56, has agreed a 2.5-year deal with the package and will take charge after Thursday's Premier League game at West Ham. The ex-Stoke Crystal Palace manager is the club's 4th head coach in a year, following Alan Irvine's sacking, which the news of that was coming out during our show last week. Now, Alan Pardew is moving or has moved. Crystal Palace confirmed manager's appointment because what's happened with that 3rd of January 2015, Crystal Palace appointed ex-Newcastle boss Alan Pardew as their new manager on a 3.5-year deal. The announcement was officially made on Saturday, 2 days after Pardew watched the London side draw 0-0 with Aston Villa in the Premier League. He was given permission by the Magpies to speak to Palace after the club's agreed compensation last Monday. So that was all happening whilst we were on air, so that's why we couldn't really confirm stuff. The manager, the former Palace player, replaces Neil Warnock, who was sacked last Saturday. Liverpool have released a statement on Steven Gerrard on January 2nd, 2015. This is one of them ones where the parasitic media ruined the surprise, if you want to call it that, because Liverpool Football Club can confirm Steven Gerrard is to leave the club at the end of the 2014-15 season. The Reds captain will bring down the curtain on a glittering Anfield career that has spanned nearly 17 years and included 10 trophies, as well as 695 appearances and 180 goals to date since joining the club's youth system aged 8. Now he scored 182. Actually, in 696 appearances. Just thought I'd crowbar that one in. But the fact of the matter is, let's roll in. The 34-year-old admits it was with a heavy heart that he will depart Liverpool, describing the situation as the toughest of his life, but has chosen to make it now to avoid speculation about his future. Until then, the number 8 insists he will continue to concentrate all of his efforts on helping Brendan Rodgers' side achieve both domestic and European success. He's contributing to that tonight against AFC Wimbledon. He's contributing very much to that tonight as Liverpool on a breakaway. On a breakaway with Coutinho and Markovic. So one of them was Coutinho. Hit that. One of you hit that. Should be 3-1. Poor finish. Markovic. But anyway, let's carry on. 84 minutes gone. Still AFC Wimbledon 1, Liverpool 2. We're not showing that killer instinct. So one of them was, but Gerrard's career in numbers for Liverpool, Gerrard's total of 116 goals for Liverpool in Barclays Premier League is the second highest by a midfielder in the competition after Frank Lampard's 176. Coincidentally, both were on the score sheet in the New Year's Day fixtures. The 2 penalties Gerrard converted against Leicester City on New Year's Day took his total from the penalty spot to 31 in the Premier League. Alan Shearer and Lampard are the only players with more. Shearer with 58, Lampard with 43. His goals from outside the box are famous in all competitions, but in total Gerrard has scored 36 goals from outside the penalty area in the league. Only 3 players, Lampard with 44, Shearer with 39, and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank with 38 have scored more. Liverpool midfielder has made 92 assists in the Premier League. Only Ryan Giggs with 162, Frank Lampard with 102, and Dennis Bergkamp with 94 have made more, and no Barclays Premier League player has created more chances than the 34-year-old's 835 since Opta started recording such data in 2003. One of them was Man United and Everton fans might be particularly relieved to see Gerrard leave because he has been a thorn in their sides. Gerrard's 5 Barclays Premier League goals at Old Trafford is a feat no away player has matched, while he is also the top BPL scorer in Merseyside derbies with 9. So one of them was one obvious 116 goals in the Premier League, almost a third, 36 of them have won Liverpool the match, while a further 28 earned a point for the Reds. Almost half, 53, gave Liverpool the lead, and a further 16 drew Liverpool level with their opponents. He's actually won the most monthly awards in the history of the Barclays Premier League with 6 awards: March 2001, March 2003, December 2004, April 2006, March 2009, and March 2014. So his BPL debut was the Blackburn Rovers on the 29th of November 98, and his debut goal in the Premier League was against Sheffield Wednesday in December 5th, 1999. On the 4th of January, he's actually confirmed he will move to MLS. Steven Gerrard has confirmed he will move to a Major League Soccer club when he leaves the club at the end of the season. LA Galaxy, New York City, and New York City Red Bulls have all been mentioned as likely candidates to secure his services. Now, speaking of New York City FC, December 31st, 2014, Frank Lampard's deal from New York City was extended. Man City have extended the contract of midfielder Frank Lampard until the end of the season. The 36-year-old's deal from New York City was due to expire at midnight on December 31st, but he'll now stay until the summer and will miss the start of the MLS season. Former England international Lampard was available to face Sunderland in the Premier League on New Year's Day. So, carrying on with that, Lampard actually signed for New York City in July, but with the new MLS season not starting until March, he joined Man City, as we know, who part-owned New York City, as we mentioned a couple months ago. It was not a loan deal, but a short-term contract signed as a free agent. It is understood the contract was for the entire season with a break clause that was agreed would be activated at midnight on December 31st. City needed that break clause removed if Lampard was to remain with them, which happened. Now, the Frank Lampard deal has actually angered New York City fans, FC fans. Lampard has been Man City's deal to keep Frank Lampard until the end of the season has been condemned by supporters of sister club New York City FC. Lampard has been the face of New York's marketing campaign push alongside former Barcelona striker David Villa, who's recently come back from Australia to go to New York City FC, ahead of their inaugural campaign in Major League Soccer, the MLS. But the former England midfielder will be absent when the new franchise open against fellow New Boys Orlando on March 8th, after City confirmed he will remain in Manchester until the end of the English season. There's one level. It was quickly denounced, but the loan deal was due to end, but it was quickly denounced by New York supporters group the Third Rail. On behalf of the Third Rail, we would like to publicly denounce City football groups and Frank Lampard's decision to extend his loan to Manchester City until the end of the Premier League season. A statement on the group's website said, many fans, including our members, decided to support the team, committed to season tickets, and bought merchandise under the impression that Frank Lampard would be playing for New York City Football Club, not Manchester City. Many of those fans are rightly outraged by the decision, and we support any course of action they take to voice their discontent over this decision. Our support for our ownership group has been unwavering until now, but this we cannot support. We reject out of hand any suggestion that NYCFC is in any way secondary to Manchester City FC, regardless of the source, and are disappointed that City Football Group would give such an appearance. The third rail will forever act as a voice of for the fans of New York City Football Club. Now, moving on in regards to that, and Liverpool going close to going 3-1 up. That's a foul. Foul. But yeah, basically, New York City are jointly owned by Manchester City, City's parent company, City Football Group, and Major League Baseball franchise, the New York Yankees. And Lampard's move had already been criticised by Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger as a means of bypassing financial fair play rules to sign the 36-year-old on the cheap. Now, we discussed this on the show when it happened as well, that it was Man City. It was blatantly Man City exposing a loophole and going for it. Similar to the way Watford did with the loan system from Udinese, taking 9 players from them. But it's one of them ones. He scored 6 goals in 17 appearances, and he's only started 3 Premier League games. So Lampard still is very valuable. But you know what? It is one of them ones. Alexi Lalas, who signed David Beckham for LA Galaxy, made it clear where he felt the balance of power laid as he tweeted, "The mothership has spoken, #NYCFC," in response to their announcement. He actually also retweeted the third rail statement and an old tweet from New York City sent in September advertising season tickets on the back of Lampard's signing. So you know what? It's one of them ones where we're looking at this. No, there's a penalty appeal, but Mignolet's made actually a fantastic tackle there. 91 minutes gone. You look at the trajectory of the ball, you can actually see that Mignolet's made a absolutely fantastic tackle. You see the trajectory of the ball, so you can see. So it's one of them ones. I just want to say to Kieran Riley, no, it wasn't a penalty. Because just looking at sheer physics, the trajectory of that ball would not have went that way if Mignolet didn't make it. Just wanted to say that. But carrying on as Liverpool try and go for a third with Emre Can bloody up in the nosebleeds. Oh, Balotelli denied brilliantly, and Gerrard denied brilliantly by the Wimbledon backline holding firm as we're into 2 minutes of added time. But you know what? Yeah. I'm going to do these in order. First and foremost, Pulis taking over at West Brom. It's fantastic for them. They've gotten a good manager there. It's a shame Alan Irvine got sacked. But for West Brom, I don't agree with Robbie Savage that it's guaranteed West Brom safety, because you can't guarantee safety. You don't guarantee safety until that final whistle has gone on the final day and you've got enough points. You don't guarantee anything. Pardew going to Palace. I still don't think they should have got rid of Warnock, to be perfectly frank. So it's one of them ones. I'll leave that one, but it's one of them ones. It leaves Newcastle managerless now. And I said, I don't get, like I said last week, I don't get why Pardew would make that move. He's going from Newcastle, who he's basically resurrected after a poor start to the season, down to Crystal Palace, who are in a bit of indifferent run of form. And by the way, Liverpool have won 2-1 away at AFC Wimbledon with a live bird upon my chest. That's the result I love the best right now. But for me, it's a case of with the Pardew thing, Newcastle supporters, you lot being without a manager now with John Carver in charge as a caretaker, you lot being without a manager right now is your own fault. Like I said last week, it's your own fault. The Pardew out brigade, as soon as he won 3-4 games on the bounce, they were silent. But the way the Pardew out brigade went on, I can see why Pardew would have went. It was just an opportunity to leave to go somewhere else. Steven Gerrard, like I said on Facebook during the week when I heard the news, Steven Gerrard, I have 2 words for you. Thank you. The best player I've seen pull on a Liverpool shirt in my time supporting the club. I've supported this great club for 20 years. He is the best player that I've seen pull on a Liverpool shirt. The passion, the dedication, the goals, the taking the matches by the scruff of the neck, his honours. The only one he was missing was the big one. And you know what? For me, it's a case of, even if Gerrard did end up at Man City and he won a title there, I wouldn't begrudge him for it. I really wouldn't. He's given that much to the club that I love. He's given so much to Liverpool Football Club. Like I said on Facebook, I don't care what happens next. But Steven Gerrard, thank you. That's the way I look. That's the way I look at it. Like a lot of Chelsea fans revere Frank Lampard, and when Lampard scored against them, and when Lampard came on against them, it was just like, you know what, standing ovation. I would do the same for Gerrard. It's one of them ones. If Gerrard was to win a Premier League title with someone else, I'll be like, you know what, fine. I have no problem. I will actually have no problem with that, because he's given so much to us. But I've seen Gerrard make some terrible mistakes in his time at Liverpool, and I couldn't even be angry at that. Last season when he slipped against Chelsea, it was her heartbreaker, but I couldn't even be angry at him after all he's given. Ironically enough, when his inadvertent pass to Thierry Henry at Highbury a few years back, I think it was about 10 years ago now. It was one of them ones where it was like, you know what? Couldn't even be angry at him for that. When Chelsea beat us 2-0 at Anfield and went on and won the title at Man United's expense under, I think it was Ancelotti, it was one of them ones. I couldn't even be angry at Gerrard for it. It was just like, you know what? Stuff happens. And we got the great man Stevie G on the TV now. But the fact of the matter is, Gerrard didn't want to accept a reduced role, and he had already been having a reduced role. This day was always going to come, and as I've said on shows before, it's a case of we had to see this coming. Some were saying get rid of Gerrard last season, before last season started. At the end of last season, some were saying we need to get rid of him. So it's a case of we need not just one, but we need the whole team to step up. One player is not going to fill that big a void. You need the whole team to step up. Who's going to be our next captain? Jordan Henderson. He's the vice captain now, so he'll be the next captain. And that's a smart move. It's one for the future. Another player who gives his all every game for Liverpool, Jordan Henderson. And he's vice captain, so it makes sense him being the next captain. But it's one of them was the Lampard thing with New York City. Alexi Lalas has it spot on. The mothership has spoken. The mothership has spoken. Happy birthday, Stevie G, by the way. It's one of them was the mothership has spoken. And we knew from day one. We discussed this on live on air. From day one, we knew that Man City were just gonna it was just a loophole. Yeah. And New York City FC are the feeder club to Manchester City. We knew that from day one. We saw that from day one. Go back to our Pitch Talk live shows if you don't believe us. The archives are on YouTube and on Mixcloud as well. It's one of them. We knew from day one this was going to be the case. And it's going to happen more often. It's a loophole. It's a loophole that UEFA, FIFA, the Premier League need to close. Like what they did with Watford. Like what they did after Watford and exposed that huge loophole and got 9 players on loan from Udinese and almost got promoted. I'm actually kind of glad Watford did get promoted that year, but hey, it's one of them. That's the way I see it. I see it on those. But you know what? You can't keep ticking off supporters, especially. That takes the mickey. Using Frank Lampard as your advertising strategy. Yeah, we've got Lampard. Come and buy a season ticket. Come and watch us. And then he's not going to play for the first couple months of the season. That's mockage. It's taking the mickey out of the fans. It's not on. It's not on because you got people. Well, essentially, New York City FC could, in theory, be sued for false advertising. Because if they advertised it in a way that stipulates that, Lampard is going to be with us for the whole season. Buy your season ticket and see every game that Lampard's in. And Lampard's going to be here the whole season. It's false advertising, technically.
Yeah, technically.
So they could be leaving themselves open to litigation. New York City FC, I reckon anyway.
No.
But what do you reckon on these stories before we throw it to the Skypers?
Yeah, no, with the Lampard situation, I totally agree with everything you say. We mentioned it last time that potentially it was going to get this way, that, you know, after the loan, they were going to extend the loan if he had a good season. And Frank Lampard's been having a sterling season, by his standards, and, you know, from what Man City fans you know, want to see. So it is a bit of a slap in the face, but like you say, it's a loophole, and it's a loophole. If there's a loophole, that teams are either going to take it or not take it, and Man City definitely will, because that's the type of club that they are. You know, anything to win. Going on to the Steven Gerrard thing. I agree with everything that you say, especially you being a Liverpool fan. You know, it's great to hear your sentiments about him, you know, leaving and, you know, supporting him on what he's going to do next. That's fantastic, because like you say, there are a lot of fans you know, that do get aggravated and, you know, will see it as disrespecting the team. But in terms of Steven Gerrard, and this is what has to be placed on him, the word legend, because a lot of clubs make false legends.
Yeah, and the word legend, icon have been overly thrown about, and they're thrown about willy-nilly.
But Gerrard genuinely is a legend, and I see him as a legend in football, like Ryan Giggs, like Zanetti, players that stay at clubs. Tony Adams,
throw Carragher in there.
Carragher, whoever players. Well, Carragher, I don't actually see him as a legend.
I'd throw Carragher in there.
I don't actually see him as a
personally.
legend.
I've modeled a lot of my game on him, so.
But no, baby, you know, I'm just arguing with you for the sake of arguing. Shut up, Gavin. Yeah. What we are trying to get at, the fact is, there are a lot of people that are called legends out there that are not legends. Gerrard is a legend. He's done so much in the game. He's done so much for Liverpool. It's you know, it is pretty sad to see that, like I was saying to you earlier on, that he didn't actually go down the route of, you know, transcending into the Liverpool backroom staff.
Yeah, I would love to see him and Carragher as manager and assistant manager at some point.
But again, I'm going to give it.
And again, you know, I've said that for a long time.
I'm going to give another man credit, Brendan Rodgers. I feel the way Brendan Rodgers is treated Steven Gerrard, and the way he's treating the whole situation, because it's a very delicate situation at Liverpool. He's doing a great job, and I think he doesn't get the credit that he's actually doing at Liverpool right now.
Just as you say that, you know, Brendan Rodgers pops up on screen for his post match.
He is a good manager. Forget all the banter that we have between each other. I actually do respect him as a manager. I think he's done good at Swansea. He's gone into Liverpool. I thought he might have choked there, but he hasn't. You know, and he's got a tough job to do there, and he's handling it well. He's gonna get rid of one of your most iconic players. Yeah, and to be honest, I reckon he's doing it in the best way that he possibly can.
Do you know what's funny for me though is that a lot of fans have said, especially over the past year or two, oh, you lot are still relying on Gerrard. You're still relying on Gerrard. But then when he announced he was leaving, they were like, oh, how can you let him go? How can you let him go? And it's like a lot of football supporters are more confused than Scooby-Doo. It really confused the whole flip-flopping. It actually frustrates me. It actually really does frustrate me. There are some who have got their head screwed on, but there are a lot who just baffle me. It's like, oh, how can you let him go? How can you let him go? But a week ago you were saying we rely on him too much. Make your mind up. Make your mind up. Like, it's a lot of people would last season. Well, especially after that slip at Chelsea. Oh, he's a has-been. Get rid of him. But now that he is going to go at the end of the season, and he's likely to go to the MLS, it's like, oh, you shouldn't be letting him go. Wow. And you know what? For me, one of the other frustrating things as well, it's like, you know, at the end of the day, just give the man his props. He was a fantastic player. In my mind, a great player. I don't give a damn about this, oh, was he world class or not debate. I personally don't give a damn about that. To be honest, the word world class again is thrown about too much. And people's definitions will, depending on who you talk to, will kind of vary. And also some people will have a grudge and won't give someone the world class status because of that. So it's one of them ones. I don't give a damn about the whole is he world class or not. He was a great player, and that's what I remember him as. And I've seen Gerrard from day one, growing up, and I've been fortunate enough to see him play in the flesh as well. So it's one of them ones.
I'll just throw something in there. Is Steven Gerrard world class? Look, how many caps did he have for England? Has he won a Champions League? Has he done a treble? You know, the thing is, people might say, yeah, but other teams can win a treble. But at the end of the day, the way I see it, yeah, is like there's teams that certain players are in, yeah, that, you know, make them, and then there's teams where players make that team.
Yeah, and Gerrard made us.
Well, big contributions.
At times, it was one of them ones.
That's Gerrard. Like I said, Brendan Rodgers is handling it well in my eyes. You know, he feels that, you know, he's got a team going forward. And Steven Gerrard, you know, Sterling, you know, whatever, like you said, good luck to him. And, you know, I don't know about the whole going off and winning a league with Man City or Chelsea. I would say that slightly puts a taint on him. However, it is what it is. Not even worth getting into that. But Pulis and Pardew, I've got to say from now, I'm going to say those could be the two best signings of the January transfer window.
Yeah, no,
I like you said, I don't agree with Robbie Savage on his terminology and West Brom are safe. But for what Pulis has done and can do, I think West Brom are in a very solid situation now. And if they listen to what he said about pulling together, everyone moving in one direction and going for it, they can do it.
Yeah,
because he done it at Palace. And Palace, what I see is a weaker club than, you know, West Brom, personally.
Yeah.
And West Brom, and Palace now with Pardew, I can't see why he's gone there. But I've got to say, Palace again, they've got another good manager, who I reckon his desires are to have a bigger club than what he's actually getting. And you know what, I think he can actually do something at Palace. I think he can rally the boys. He's going to need some funds because they desperately do look like they need some sort of defensive cover and someone up top that can bang in the goals.
Yep.
But I think he can also breed confidence in a lot of those players like Gale, like Balassi and Zaha. And I think, you know, I reckon he can do a good job.
No, definitely. Really? I mean, do any of the Skypers want to jump in on the Frank Lampard extension, Gerrard, and also Pardew, Pulis? All right, Mike Harneman, jump in, man.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you and G-Man on the Alan Pardew one. I think it's a bit of a strange move for Pardew himself, but I think for Crystal Palace, it could be a really good move for them. I'm not sure what route Newcastle are going to go down on, who they're going to appoint, because that could be a good... that could mean like a big turning point for their season as well on the way they go, because obviously they've been performing quite well of recent with Pardew. But I think if they do well for Crystal Palace, I think Pulis the same for West Brom. I think he'll do well for them as well. And like I said on the thing about Steven Gerrard on Facebook the other day, it's the kind of player that you need around the club to kind of help with like new signings, with bringing up some youth players into the fold, and kind of like being there for the derby games as well. Obviously, you've said about the amount of goals he scored and stuff in derby games already.
I mean, we also had Jamie Bailey who wanted to jump in as well.
Yeah, sorry. In terms of my theory of looking at all of those situations, Lampard, he was going to always choose to stay in a Premiership, and that's in my general opinion. Gerrard's, I would say he's a legend. As much as I support Arsenal, he's been a legend for the club at Liverpool, and we can't really say much about the mistakes that you pointed out. It did cost him, and it did cost Liverpool at big times. But overall, he was the only one that kind of stepped up over the time that he's been there. Same thing with Ryan Giggs. Same thing with a few other players. in their time at the clubs. In terms of Tony Pulis, I think West Bromwich Albion, in my opinion, I think West Bromwich Albion are likely to stay up, because he's actually, as he's shown at Crystal Palace, if you're in a bad position, you do the right things and you're probably going to go in the right direction. Who he's going to be going down, I'm not too sure. But
down where?
Down there.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
In terms of Crystal Palace, you said that Neil Warnock should have stayed. I agree with the decision for him to be let go of. I just don't think he should have been brought in. And the reason why I say that is because his records in the Premiership is lousy. Absolutely lousy.
To get rid of someone after 16 games is crazy, but we went over that last week. To get rid of someone after 16 games,
he's like the one manager that I absolutely despise, which is Mark Hughes. He thinks he's got a whole bunch of mouth and doesn't seem to know how to use it. Everybody will say that about Jose Mourinho, but Jose Mourinho's backed it up with trophies. Mark Hughes has backed it up with a couple of things.
All right. Well. With your points, what do you think about it?
In terms of, Pulis has already said one thing about his main guy. If he wants to go, let him go. That says it all. We're not here just to be superstars. We're here just to keep ourselves in the Premiership. So if you want to go, then go to a big club. But I'm only sending you for a good price. We only want people that are going to try and not complain. And if you look at Saido Berahino's background in terms of whilst he's been at the club, he's had way too much trouble. So with Pulis, he's not looking for somebody who's going to give trouble off the field as well as on it. He's looking for a professional, and that's what West Bromwich Albion, just like Fulham, are. They're looking for professionals, not just as coaches, but also on the pitch. So if you're not going to be one of those, then you need to go. So whether or not it's going to be detrimental, I think you'll still find a player that will do the same job that Saido Berahino will do. And Alan Pardew, along with Newcastle, he should have gone when he had the chance, but he's got 4 years left on that contract. That's now null and void. So does he get the compensation, or what happens with that contract? That's what I want to know.
Well, there's 3 million. Well, there was 3 million compensation in terms of Pardew thing. So it's a case of he'll probably get a large chunk of that because that 3 million was agreed. So. And
plus, and everybody else that goes with him to Crystal Palace, he had a problem with the goalkeeping coach. Hence the reason why I didn't take over before New Year's Day.
Only one person's gone at the moment, and that's Pardew. No one else has gone with him yet. But hey, we'll see. He was meant to take
the goalkeeping coach, but he went too short because of the goalkeeping coach has a. And this is another problem with football. The goalkeeping coach has a son that's in the Newcastle academy, and that's the problem. When you've given. I don't want to digress into the whole situation of how we spot talent, but when you've got somebody who's got a first team role as a coach and he's got a son that's in the academy, probably taking over somebody else's position, that's probably better. It's a problem. But for Alan Pardew, good luck. You're probably not going to keep him up. But if you do, well done. If you don't, please give Balassi to Arsenal. I know him quite well, and it would be good for him to be in an Arsenal shirt, considering that's who he supports as well. So,
hey, everyone, that was promo the show. Let him know. Promo PT.
When I last spoke to him, I already did.
Hash PT Live. Hash PT Live. That's the hashtag. Hash PT Live. Seeing the show,
he's in the African Nations Cup at the moment, so I probably won't get to speak to him until he comes back anyway.
Yeah. But you know what? That's it. It's gonna be an interesting one. Steven Gerrard, thank you. Manchester City, City Football Group. So them ones, congratulations. You've managed to tick off fans. You managed to tick off fans 3 months before you're even going to kick a ball. Well done. That's pretty special. It's one that, and I don't mean special in a good way without either, but it's one of them was, I say, wherever Gerrard goes, good luck. Pardew, I think it's a good appointment. He's got Palace in his blood, so it's one of them was. But Pulis to West Brom, good appointment as well. By the way, Hatem Ben Arfa has had his contract actually terminated by mutual consent. The dude went AWOL anyway for Hull. He'd been given a second chance after ballooning a bit at Newcastle, and then he kind of, well, anyway. Apparently he's taking a medical at Nice. I think it was Nice earlier today. So, but it is time for us to pause the current track that we are on, because it is time for us just to go into so yeah, time is pressing on, apologies for that, but it is time for us to roll into just a few quick messages. We'll be right back.
The football talk show that holds back nothing on opinions.
Straight shooting LJA.
Hi, I'm John Sitton.
Grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Hello, I'm Rob Perez.
G-Man.
Samir Sonic, Motivate Sports and Fitness.
Christian Carambeu.
Matt Hodgson, Director of the 4-Year Plan.
We the people, for the people. Jersey Fizzle.
Your Monday night footballing fix.
Make sure you join the revolution.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk.
That's how I had to go.
Each and every Monday night of your lives.
At youtube.com/pitch talk.
For podcast links and information, check out our official website, www.pitch-talk.com. Your Monday night footballing fix, Pitch Talk, is brought to you by and in association with.
Facilities are provided for your Monday night footballing fix by In Situ. Create, engage, and inspire by visiting insitu.co.
Simply exclusive entertainment. If you need a party or rave film, go to sxemedia.com for more information.
Apparently Rich. Simple yet effective web solutions to help get your company off the ground. Visit apparentlyrich.com for more information. And LJA Productions, the new blood in digital video. If you need a video filmed and or edited, check out ljaproductions.co.uk. LJA Productions, the new blood in digital video, offering video production services such as video editing, video encoding for the web, including YouTube and Vimeo, audio recording, filming of interviews, promos, live events, and much more. Get in touch at www.ljaproductions.co.uk or twitter.com/LJA Productions and let the new blood in digital video promote you. Pitch Talk is brought to you by and in association with
the one-stop shop for all your coaching needs, Motivate Sports and Fitness. Check out motivatesportsandfitness.com for more information.
The new football culture magazine, Thin White Line. Check out thinwhitelinemagazine.com for more information.
Storm FM with new hot releases played daily. Feel the boom at stormfm.net.
Two girls with their Bonnie Scotty trying to cover as much women's football as they can. Girls on the Ball. Check out girlsontheball.com for more information.
Hello, I'm Rob Perez.
Grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Christian Carambeu.
Matt Hodgson, Director of the 4-Year Plan.
Dave McLaughlin.
I'm Rob Blusher.
Andy Copeland from the Glennet Southern Amateur League.
Philip Wick. I'm CEO of 14.
Former chairman of Ibis FC.
Chairman of Alexandra Park FC.
And you're listening to
Pitch Talk.
The only place to get your Monday night footballing fix.
Because the pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk. Make sure you join the revolution, the football revolution.
International and continental tournaments.
And yeah, we are back with International Continental Talking Boys. But quickly, before we go into that, we've had a few text messages come in. Oh my god. Good evening. I was wondering if you could. This is from Big T. I was wondering if you could inform me who Leeds United's opponents are in the next round of the FA Cup. Cheers, Big T. Big T. I love it. I love it. Oh my god. Oh, Big T. That's tremendous. Oh my. No. Oh, G-Man, check that one. No, we can't read that one on there. No. Oh god.
Why does he do this?
Oh my. That was terrible. Steven Gerrard is going to be releasing a book about his time at Liverpool. It doesn't have a title yet. That's dumb. That's dumb. I saw that joke earlier in the week, but that was actually dropped in a better way. But yeah, International Continental Talking Points. Barcelona furious as Court of Arbitration for Sport upholds ban. This is from January 1st, 2015. Now, there's been a lot of fallout because of this. Barcelona have reacted angrily after the Court of Arbitration for Sport, CAS, upheld FIFA's decision to punish the club with a ban for 2 consecutive transfer windows. FIFA issued the ban in April, as we mentioned on the show, after Barca were found guilty of repeatedly breaching transfer regulations, and World Football's governing body also rejected an appeal in August. Now, Barca then took their appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, but that has also been rejected, meaning the club will not be able to sign any players in 2015, so they're going to be banned for 2 consecutive transfer windows. A statement on the Court of Arbitration for Sport website read, the Court of Arbitration for Sport, CAS, has dismissed the appeal filed by Barcelona, by FC Barcelona against the Federación Internacional de Football, FIFA, Association, FIFA, regarding the decision issued by FIFA Appeals Committee on 19th of August 2014. In such a decision, the Spanish football club was sanctioned with a transfer ban for 2 periods, a fine of 450,000 and a reprimand after it was found to have infringed the FIFA regulations with respect to the registration of a number of minor players. In appealing to the CAS, FC Barcelona sought to annul the FIFA decision. The parties agreed to an expedited procedure, and the hearing was held at the Court of Arbitration for Sport headquarters on December 5th, where the CAS panel in charge of the matter, Professor Petros Mavroidis, who from Greece, who is their president, Mr. Ephraim Barak of Israel, and Professor Ulrich Haas of Germany, heard the parties, their representatives, and their witnesses. The panel found in particular that FC Barcelona had breached rules regarding the protection of minors and registration of minors attending football academies, Articles 19 and 19b of BIS of the FIFA regulations on status and transfer of players. Accordingly, the FIFA decision is confirmed in full, and the sanction remains in force. In view of the need to issue a decision before the opening of the next transfer window, the panel has issued its decision without the grounds. The full arbitral award with the reasons for the panel's decision will be issued as soon as possible. FIFA later issued a statement saying CAS has shown clear and strong support for FIFA's efforts to protect underage players, but Barcelona insisted the punishment was completely disproportionate. A statement on the club's website read, FC Barcelona wishes to state, with all due respect for the sports authorities, that it totally disagrees with the verdict of the Court of Arbitration for Sport. CAS announced today to confirm the sanction originally imposed by FIFA as a consequence for the alleged breach of regulations on the international transfer of minor footballers. The club has made it clear to the FIFA Disciplinary Commission, the FIFA Appeals Commission, and the CAS itself that it understands and supports the policy on the protection of minors and the concern for the protection of their development and education. This is confirmed by how the club has acted throughout its history, setting an example around the world for the way its young footballers are schooled and educated, and how the work that is done on their development. FC Barcelona's youth structure has enabled hundreds of young players to achieve their dreams and receive a decent upbringing. The errors that the club might have committed and which have been recognized and argued before the corresponding authorities are, in all cases, of an administrative nature and to a large extent have been caused by existing conflict between FIFA regulations and Spanish legislation, along with the club's conviction that it was acting correctly. Therefore, FC Barcelona considers the sanction to be completely disproportionate, as it supposes an excessive punishment for the club when considering its trajectory and the circumstances of this specific case. Barcelona had protected themselves against such a ruling in the summer when they signed a host of new players. So the appeal process was basically delayed the sanction being enforced, because they were allowed to sign Suarez, Vermaelen, among others, during the summer. And they are also actually permitted to renew players' contracts, such as Dani Alves, and can bring the likes of Denis Suarez and Gerard Deulofeu, both on loan at Sevilla, back into their squad. So they can recall loanees and renew contracts on the players that they've got. They just can't bring any new ones in. But the fallout from this, there's been quite a lot of fallout from this, beginning with January 5th, Barcelona terminate Zubizarreta contract. The club's former goalkeeper, Andoni Zubizarreta, has been sacked as sporting director after more than 4 years in the role. He took up the role in 2010 as Sandro Rosell succeeded Joan Laporta as president, but was an unpopular figure among many of the fans following the size troubles in the transfer market in recent years. The president of FC Barcelona, Josep Maria Bartomeu, has declined to rescind the contract of sporting director Andoni Zubizarreta, the Blaugrana announced in a statement today, Monday, 5th of January 2015. The president, in the name of the club, would like to thank Zubizarreta for his contribution, dedication, and professionalism in these 4 years as sporting director. He actually played for the club between 1986 and 1994, appearing more than 400 times for the Catalan club. Now, former Spain centre-back Carles Puyol has quit his post following the sacking of sporting director Andoni Zubizarreta on Monday. So he was assistant director of football, and he'd only been in the role for just over 3 months, but has decided to follow sporting director Zubizarreta out of the club after the Basque was relieved of his duties earlier on Monday. In this statement, I want to let you know that I have finalized my working relationship with Football Club Barcelona, Puyol wrote on his Facebook account. These 3.5 months have given me an opportunity to see the other side of the club. I've learned a lot. I'm very grateful, but I want to experience other things from another perspective and from other places. I want to grow both personally and professionally so that in future I can hopefully return to this house and give back everything you have given to me in these unforgettable years. Puyol also added that he would have preferred to have said farewell on the football field and thanked their fans for their amazing support. Now, he has also said thank you and know that I will always hold you in my heart. Long live Barca. So, Zubizarreta getting sacked. The Court of Arbitration for Sport upholding FIFA's decision, and Puyol leaving. Do you reckon we're seeing the beginnings of a mini implosion at Barcelona, or would that be embellishment? Because for me, it's a case of a little bit of this. I mean, it seems like Puyol's making a statement by leaving, but him saying, where is it? I want to grow both personally and professionally so that in future I can hopefully return to this house and give back everything you've given to me in these unforgettable years. It seems like he's leaving to make a statement about Zubizarreta leaving and that he's not happy about it, but he's not burning his bridges totally. He's not going the whole hog with it and saying, "Oh, how Zubizarreta, I'm not happy with this." He's not come out and said that, but he's leaving at coincidentally the same time. And for me, it looks like he's leaving. It looks like he's leaving because he's unhappy about what's happened with Zubizarreta, but he's keeping the door ajar by not saying anything inflammatory. And the Court of Arbitration for Sport upholding FIFA's decision, I think it's a good move, because at the end of the day, it shows that FIFA have gotten something right. And it's not often that I will praise them for that, but it's one of them, as it shows that FIFA have gotten something right, that the Court of Arbitration for Sport have actually upheld it, because they're an impartial body. They're not anything to do with FIFA. So it's that vote of confidence. But for me, it's one of them. Zubizarreta having his contract terminated, and the Court of Arbitration for Sport fee, it looks like Barca And bearing in mind their defeat on the weekend to Sociedad as well. It's all of this stuff has come in the last week. So this will probably be like 4 or 5 days that Barcelona would want to put behind them. But at the end of the day, if you break the rules, you need to be punished. And no matter who you are, no matter what you've done, you may have given hundreds of young players an opportunity for a great upbringing and all that. But if you break the rules, and Barcelona were they're almost trying to get out of it by saying, all right, we respect that you've come to a decision, but we don't agree with it. And most of the faults were administrative faults. But at the end of the day, administrative faults or not, the mistakes were still made.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not double checking stuff, mistakes are going to slip through. So I don't know. I mean, it's a testing time for Barcelona. It's a testing time, but it's a mini implosion. But I don't think it'll be terminal for them. Because on the same weekend that Barca lose to Sociedad is when Real Madrid lose their 22-match unbeaten streak, and Cortiba took the mickey out of them. It was like, you ain't getting our 24-match streak. Sorry, close, but no cigar. But it's one of them ones where it's kind of an odd one. I mean, at least these 2 windows, at least it's this window and the summer, and it's not one of those delayed ones where it's like, all right, you can sign players in January, but you can't sign them. But you can't sign anyone in the summer, because this is the problem that I had with the original when Barca appealed. They appealed, and the appeal took a while, so they were able to sign players in the summer. At least now it's a case of, well, you've appealed and you failed, so it's done. You ain't signing no one in this January window. You ain't doing it in the summer window, and it's quite a harsh sanction. But hopefully, it will make other clubs take notice, and especially make Barca take notice. But I think it's one of them ones. As I said, Puyol is almost kind of wussing out in a way.
Well, you know what? Going back to that question that you asked, is really and truthfully, I don't know. I can't really make that judgment from what he said. It just sounds like a lovely love letter to Barcelona on everything they've done to him and done for him, and he's moving on to get some experience and then hopefully come back a better man. With Zubizarreta, I can totally understand why Barcelona have taken the stand they have. Someone's head's got to roll, and if you are the man of that department, and I can't say the word that I want to say, but the crap is happening under your doors.
Yeah.
Then you know what? It's either you had to have cleaned that up, or no one's gonna stand for it. And I guess Barcelona, if you want to look at it where you use the word administrative, if they're flexing their administrative, you know what? They are technically, using their administrative forces and getting rid of someone who they see has flopped them, who's let them down in certain decisions that he's made and not made.
Yeah.
But as for Barcelona, you're just right. You're totally right, because at the end of the day, we spoke about it last year, and it was all about how Barcelona, if they were a smaller club, they would be feeling this a lot more. We've seen it in the English Premiership where teams have, it might be a different case, but where they haven't, got the papers for a certain player and played him and seen what's happened.
Yeah. MK Dons Chesterfield.
Yeah.
So perfect example of that. That's why that match got replayed, because there was an ineligible player.
So you know what? At the end of the day, Barcelona can only blame themselves if they feel that they haven't. It's only administrative things. Well, they need to tighten ship and get themselves sorted. They got the money to do it. They should have the money to get the people that need to do those sort of jobs, the administrative jobs that are not being done. So, it's their fault. And at the end of the day, they got to say they struck it lucky, because at the end of the day, you know what? They used the loophole to get this case knocked back so they could get players like Luis Suarez into the club.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly. It's like no, we can't afford for this to happen. Let's appeal and drag this out.
And like you said, they've got players like De La Feu out there, and other players which they can call back on, you know, which will help strengthen their squad.
Yeah,
per se. You get me? So,
but the thing is, their youth system is the Barca youth system is very, very good.
Yeah.
So they're now gonna have to rely on that even more. But they're only really gonna have to do it for a year or so.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, as harsh as the sanction is, it could have been a lot worse. And it's 2 transfer windows. Okay, fine. So this time next year they'll be able to sign players again.
Yeah.
And the fact is, they've got a very good squad there as it is now. It's not as if there's they're like a Burnley. For it, just plucking the name out of the sky towards the lower end of the Premier League, like a Burnley or a Leicester City, who need players in to help them survive in the league. I mean, La Liga is a top-heavy league anyway, financially already, and also in terms of resources. So it's not going to affect Barca as badly as it would affect a Villarreal or a Sociedad or an Atletico Madrid, for instance. So, if anything, it's just gonna put the ball in Real Madrid's court potentially. But as I said, the squad that Barcelona have got, I don't think it's going to affect them too much. And I said it's only a year. Yeah. It's only really a year that they're gonna have to deal with this. So it's not one of them ones where it's like 5 years, and it's like, oh crap, now we have to go back to the youth system. Also, we're using their youth system anyway and bringing players through. They have done for years. So they might have to bring through a couple more in the summer, but she really should be doing anyway. That's why I look.
No, you're totally right. And at the end of the day, next year can be an administrative year. If we want to go down that road, they can get their house and cards in order, and that's it. Kicking on from next season.
Of course. I mean, Mike Kahneman, do you want to read out what you said in the Skype chat? Because that's actually very interesting in relation to Puyol.
I think Puyol was doing the right thing, really. I think the way he's done it is he's obviously he's showing that he's clearly unhappy with what's going on. And the way that it comes across to me is that what he's doing is he's sort of taking a stand as a leader and a captain of the club to show that, like, it could have a potential backlash on the players and all that as well. And his sort of way of dealing with it and his stand against that was to kind of move away from the club, but then leave it so that he has the potential to go back. Like, because obviously, otherwise, if he'd left on bad terms, then it could sort of mean that the fans might not be 100% wanting him back in the future as well.
Yeah. But no, do you want to carry on?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, even what you were saying there as well was, like, I think with an Arsenal even, if it comes to the point where, like with Arsenal, if anything happened where we had like a transfer embargo or whatever it is, where we can't sign players for a certain amount of time, I think it could be one that worries us even as well. So I think Barcelona with their squad are going to be fine by it, but I think it's just kind of the way they've done their business in the past has done wonders for them, and the way, like you said, with their youth system as well.
I mean, it's going to be an interesting year. 2015 is going to be an interesting year for us, let alone Barcelona. But it's going to be interesting to see how they cope with it, because obviously you can see there's been a fallout. So Zubizarreta looks like he's kind of been blamed for the situation. And Luis Enrique, as the manager of the team at this time, has to kind of deal with a lot of crap pies, to coin a Jim Cornette phrase. He's got to duck a lot of crap pies kind of flying at him. So, I mean, Luis Enrique, in a way, is kind of caught between the rock and a hard place, because he's got to have that team challenging for La Liga, knowing that he can't strengthen from outside. He's going to have to strengthen from within. But all great empires do, on a general basis, strengthen from within and promote from within. So it's going to be very interesting 2015 for Barca. You know what? It is one of them ones for us. It's time for us to move on in terms of segments. And Mike Harneman, thank you for your view as well, by the way. It's time for us to move segments into quite a heartwarming story, a saintly story, if you will. You'll get that reference in a minute. Let's go into
Funny Push
and funny moments.
One, two, three, four. This it is Pitch Talk. 1, 2, 3, 4. This it is Pitch Talk. 1, 2, 3, 4. This it is Pitch Talk. You know what? Yeah? Saintly was the key word. Southampton's official Twitter account sorts fan out with a date. A Southampton fan utilized modern technology to secure himself a date. This is from the 1st of January 2015. Modern football clubs do not care about their fans, apparently. And we had the New York City FC story earlier with Lampard. But Southampton have kind of bucked the trend because Twitter user @Tim Corn, who tweeted the club's official Twitter account in an attempt to seek out an unreal-looking girl who sits near him, been successful because basically Timothy, aka @Tim Corn, tweeted Southampton @Southampton FC. Saying, unreal looking girl that sits 4 seats next to me keeps giving me eyes. Can you tell me who sits in block 24, seat 626? Gary Brandt, @Saint Gary of Brandt, said in reply, why don't you just speak to her next game? And @Southampton FC said, we're with Gary. Christmas is the time to tell people how you really feel. Maybe you should have done it yesterday. This all started on December 21st. But Tim came back and said, so basically, to put it brutally, man up and speak to her is what you're saying. Now, it seemed a pretty full-on hope at the time, but incredibly, the Southampton Twitter feed elected to turn life coach and told Tim what to do to win the heart of his fellow fan. And you know what? It is one of them ones where where basically the story actually did very much carry on, and Southampton even had a video made of it, and basically it spawned. There was a hashtag exchange between Southampton and Tim, and there was a good luck Tim hashtag that gained such traction that even Southampton legend Matt Letizia even tweeted Tim saying good luck Tim with a thumbs up. And Southampton, as I said, weren't finished there. They actually made a video to accompany the story. So, I bet you want to know the end. The ending was,
tell us.
Basically, Southampton on I think it was Tim's seat. This is kind of surmising the video. On Tim's seat, they basically put roses and also a Bovril voucher for in the ground. So yeah, no, you know we'll come into that one in a second. But so on them ones, he has posted the evidence on his Twitter account. Thank you to @Southampton FC. She didn't like the Bovril, but loved the flowers. #wingman, #Saints FC.
Looks like his little sister.
Oh,
allow it.
No, you're cruel. Oh, that's cruel. Such a lovely story. You gotta ruin it by being cruel.
Haters gonna hate.
Oh my God, you're so cruel. But no, it was. You know what? That's actually a heartwarming story. And the club actually put on the seat. Yep, here's some flowers and a Bovril voucher. There's a whole 4-minute video actually with Southampton's mascot actually replying and being like, you know what, and put in the little note which said "Good luck, Tim." 1 free Bovril voucher. It's really cool. I love that.
That's good.
I absolutely love that. I mean, the
I'm actually
holidays.
getting that idea right now. Saint Lee. New segment. Saint Lee. Yeah, man.
Revolving around
Saint
Southampton.
Lee. Revolving around the whole love aspect.
Oh, good.
Love
great,
stories.
good,
Pitch
great,
talk. Saint Lee.
Good, great. What?
Get you a little tutu, bow and arrow.
I ain't wearing no tutu, mother.
Look, a tutu, bow and arrow, my mom's car keys, and some orange soda.
Orange soda? What the hell is this? What the hell is this, Keenan and Kel? Orange soda. What the hell? All I can, in regards to that orange soda comment, all I can say is,
I don't know what the hell's going on here. Wait a minute. But I don't like it.
who loves orange soda? Kel loves orange soda. It's one of them ones. My surname might be Angel, as evidenced by the back of my shirt. Number one. But I'm not a matchmaker. And if I'm matchmaking for anybody, it's either going to be a close friend or myself. Oh my God. And Kieran Riley has put why. Oh, the Ainsley memes are coming. Although then again, no, he's got me again. He's got me again. It's I'm not mad though. That's the wrong one. It'll be like the meme should really be. Oh my God. Oh, you know what? Yeah, if it would be, it would be one of them ones where if I was to give a gift to someone, it would be Ainsley Harriet's Metal Gear Salad. That would be the gift.
That is quite a good lookalike as well, you know.
Metal Gear Salad. No, but you know, or it would have been that Just Try It one. That would have been the better meme in terms of, well, if you want me to be a matchmaker, all you gotta say is, if this loads up today, it'd be like, just try it, bro. Oh my word. It's just one of them ones, man. But you know what? Southampton smacked it with that. I love that. And by the way, that story actually got brought to our attention by Gustavo Condesha of Alexandra Park FC, as it happens. So it's one of those fantastic stuff on that. By the way, in terms of Alexandra Park FC, Pitch Talk meets Dave McLaughlin will be coming very, very soon. So the advert's up. So it's one of them ones. Get your questions in, pitchtalk@gmail.com for the chairman of Alexandra Park FC. Oh my God.
A picture posted by Gideon Barnett.
Oh,
for those of you who are out there, please go on the Facebook.
Oh my
Pitch Talk
God.
Facebook. We're gonna retweet something right now. We want you to see. Would this guy actually make it to that Facebook group?
That dude,
not that Facebook group, that Twitter group. Full kit W's.
Oh my God!
Would he make it?
Oh yeah. Oh, easily. This dude has got some fat head. He's got some fat meat head. But oh God, the Ainsley Harriet memes are invading our Skype. I love that Call of Duty Black Peppers though. That is brilliant. But no, Mike Harneman's one. No, I'm not even going that way. There's a line I could say, but I'm not going. Do you know what? It's one of them. This dude looks like he's got a pack of sausages on the back of his head, and he's got Tottenham Till I Die tattooed on the back of his head. Imagine Jimmy Firebelly's the back of his head with that tattooed on. Terrible. Oh my God. You know what? Let's pause that track because we've got more funny stories to go into. So let's just roll into.
What's up with that? What's up?
Oh god. Call of Black Peppers. Call of Black Peppers. All right, that's got to be one of my favorite memes right now. You what? What's up with that? Ainsley Harriet has got one of them faces. It's like just giving me a good old rap. Anyway, he's just got his. Oh no! Oh, nah, that's living. Oh no! Yeah, oh my word! Feel like Ray Wilkins. What's up with that? And you know what? We're gonna start. Bolton fan Paddy McGuinness cleans Emil Heskey's boots after losing the Twitter bet. From the 2nd of January 2015, Emil Heskey used to be the butt of jokes among football supporters for his wayward finishing and poor control. We even had this last week where we played Heskey Time by Randolph featuring K. whatever his name is. But anyway, it was one of them ones where oh, but you know what? Yeah, Emil Heskey used to be the butt of jokes among football supporters for his wayward finishing and poor control. But after scoring on his return to English football, those critics may be in their own words. Comedian and Bolton fan Paddy McGuinness pledged he would clean Heskey's boots if the striker scored on his debut for Neil Lennon's side against Blackburn on Boxing Day. And you'll never guess what happened. We mentioned it on last week's show. You'll never guess what happened. Emil Heskey converted fellow veteran Ida Good Johnson's low cross in the 2-1 win, and true to his word, cleaned his boots at the club's training ground on Friday. Speaking of Heskey at the club's training ground, McGuinness said, "If you score every week, I will do your full washing, even your underpants." That's a, you remember that bet with Cesar about Cesar Azpilicueta, and the guy said, "Oh, something like I'll eat a rat live on air or something like that." How do you want that rat? Barbecued or fried? It was them ones there. And you know what? It was one of them ones where, oh my god.
Well, didn't Big T actually say something one time? If he was ever to play for Notts County or Nottingham Forest, one of them.
There was something about Heskey going to, I think it was Notts County, where it's kind of like, yeah, if he comes there, I'll dress up in a Barney suit with a pink wig
and run through.
Yeah, and run through naked.
Naked through.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Now that's still potentially a possibility. His career ain't over, obviously. Big T is shaking in his boots.
wait, throw that T up, and it's a shaky T. It's a shaky. Oh my word! Oh no! Oh, I control the spice. I control the universe. Remember that. But no, it's one of them ones, man. That is
hashtag Big T. Heskey's coming for you.
Heskey, he's coming for you, Big T. Oh my word! And we got a bit on the socials, by the way, because it's been fun tonight. Actually, still got a little more, of course. But no, there's been some I don't know, man. There's been some absolutely mad stories, and one of the next stories that we're going to go on to. By the way, I just wanted to give a big shout out actually to Mario Balotelli, who on his official Facebook page actually posted that he rescued 2 dogs from an animal rescue center, and he actually named them Ty and Pookie. So it's one of them was he actually rescued. He had them both in his hands and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give these a new home." But guess what their names are? And everyone was just guessing the names. Someone said Mario and Balotelli. I think someone else said Mario, Luigi. Someone said not scoring as names, and it's like what? But now you ended up naming them Ty and Pookie. So, I like stories like that. I mean, it's one of them.
I'm just glad he didn't call them Ty and Claude, because the Arsenal fans would have looked into that and would have said, "He's coming to Arsenal. Yeah. He's coming to Arsenal."
You know what? Actually, Balotelli has actually done quite a lot of good. But anyway, football players. This is one that I've been waiting to go, and we're gonna line up the G-Man's tune for this one as well. Football players booked into hotel with 400 models for the week. Can you spot the problem? Some serious body surfing right there. But you know what? Yeah, a German football club booked a warm weather training camp for their players, only to find 400 Russian models would also be staying in the same hotel. Okay,
Bless
the
you.
hell was that? Yeah. Is that Glacier? MSV Duisburg have been forced to make a last-minute change to their winter break in the Turkish resort of Antalya Lara because of a beauty contest being held. A statement released by the third division side said, "We want to calmly prepare for the spring series. MSV team manager Michael Meyer has therefore rescheduled. Duisburg, no doubt, disappointed players will now stay at the Hotel Royal Wings, but that's still only a few kilometers away from the models at the Royal Holiday Palace." Now, you know what, yeah? It is one of them ones where MFC Duisburg obviously didn't want any of this to happen. Man is the play, babe. Duisburg plays, babe. I guess they didn't want any cross-fraternizing between the Duisburg players and 400 Russian models who were staying in the same hotel. Now, you know what, yeah?
Where was that hotel?
In Turkey, in a Turkish resort.
Be back soon.
Do you know what this reminds me of? Newcastle. The Ibis Newcastle tours. I am saying no more about that. I'm not revealing anymore. I'm not revealing any more about that because otherwise I won't be here next week to tell any more tales.
Somehow those Newcastle girls weren't quite models.
Well, there was that group of Welsh lasses back in about a couple of years ago. Anyway, I'm leaving that one. You know what? That actually came up. I was with Mark Gould over the weekend, and that actually came up in conversation. I'm leaving that one aside. I'm leaving that one totally aside. But no, it was one of them ones. If I had my guys kind of like booked in with 400 models for the week, I'm gonna go Big T on this because Big T's. Oh no, that text from Big T. No, I'm not reading that one out either. I am not reading that one out from Big T. No way. But no, that is so wrong. So wrong. Big T, that Santa Claus text is wrong on many levels. Throw them T's out, man. Oh God. And ooh, what the hell? Someone brought up Tara in the sky. I don't know. But nah, it's one of them ones. Oh.
Christmas, I love Christmas.
He knows when you've been bad. But you know, later. But nah, it's one of them ones where I said I'm gonna go Big T on this. If I had my players staying in the same hotel or the same resort as 400 Russian models, it'd be a case of I'd let it go because it keeps their cardio going. It keeps their cardio up. It's one of them ones, man. Like you're getting some action. They'll be relaxed. They won't be frustrated. It's one of them ones. I'm gonna leave it as that. No more self high five, bro. I'm leaving it as that. G-Man, your view on this?
Ready?
Oh God.
I don't know. It's a player's dream, a manager's fear, and a model's delight. That's all I can say.
Model's delight. Might have been a Turkish delight. That sounds like a scripted ad-lib, but it really isn't. You know, it's coming back to benevolence in football. Charity snaps up Partick Thistle pies after match postponement from the 1st of January 2015. Homeless charity, the Marie Trust, benefited from the postponement of Partick Thistle's league match against Celtic because of a waterlogged pitch. Catering staff at Firhill had a bumper stock of pies ready for fans attending the New Year's Day game, but when the match was called off, the Glasgow charity took hundreds of pies to give to its users. We're happy to find a good home for some of our stock, said Ian Maxwell, Partick Thistle's managing director. He said it prevented the food from being binned. It's a time of year to think of those less fortunate than ourselves, and unfortunately, there are a lot of people around Glasgow who don't have anywhere to go for New Year, added Maxwell. As a community-focused club, it is great to be able to give something back, and I only hope that this small action on our part will in some way give those at the charity a boost at the start of 2015. I love that. Again, love that. Love that. See, there's football giving back. This is what it should be about. Not Man City flexes with annoying fans. It should be giving back to the community. That's what football's all about. Speaking of giving back to the community, it's one of them ones, man. Remember, Pitch Talk meets Dave McLaughlin. Get your questions in for the chairman of Alexandra Park FC. pitchtalk@gmail.com is where you need to send those questions to, with Dave McLaughlin in the subject line. Those questions, yeah. Love it. Community, helping the community. Gotta love it. Fresh. Absolutely love it. You know what? It is one of them ones where we're in the home straight of the show. We are in the home straight, the final segment, because it's the final countdown, because it's time for
Stuff of the week.
Hey! That's the G man, folks. Da 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 da. It's Monday night. This is Pitch Talk. Da 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 da. We are still here. Last segment of the show. This is Pitch Talk. Every Monday night. Stuff of the week. Stuff of the week. After a busy show. We gonna wrap up soon. Wrap up soon. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. So it's time for our stuff of the week. Ooh, yeah. Look at. Yeah. Because it's Monday night. Stuff of the week. Stuff of the week. Stuff of the week. And this is Pitch Talk. Stuff of the week. Stuff of the week. Stuff of the week. Let's roll in. So, stuff of the week. Let's go. Goal of the week first. Goal of the week. Who you gonna go for, G-Man? Because I'm gonna go for one kind of out of left field.
Well, you know what? I was gonna say Herrera, but
was a great.
I was brought back to Mane. I've got to say, if it was an Arsenal goal and Giroud scored it, I would have said that's a goal of the week.
Yeah.
If Sanchez scored it, it's a goal of the week. So it has to be Mane. Mane's goal was excellent.
It's a good shout. That is a very good shout. My goal of the week was actually disallowed. And wait. Try to find it. Let's try to find it. I've got it somewhere. I know I've definitely got it somewhere. Mark Yanko of Sydney FC scored an absolute belter that was unfortunately disallowed, but I'm still giving it goal of the week because it was that good. It's one of them ones. You know what? G-Man, have a look at that. Have a look at that. Have a look at that for a finish. Mark Yanko's volley for Sydney FC, which was actually disallowed when it should have stood. It actually should have stood because he was onside. Mark Yanko gets my goal. He gets my goal of the week. And Ian Kerr, unfortunately, wasn't able to do the A-League roundup this week. But that's my goal of the week.
That was a sweet goal.
That is my goal of the week. Mark Yanko of Sydney FC. My goal of the week. Let's go for Mike Harneman. Goal of the week.
Yeah, my goal this week, I'm going to give it to Yaya Toure for his goal on New Year's Day.
Great shout.
Yeah,
Toure. Love it. Let's go for Kieran Riley, goal of the week.
I'm sorry, Liam. I know it was a scrappy goal, but it's got to be the goal AFC Wimbledon scored against you tonight. Sorry, mate.
You do realise AFC Wimbledon ended up losing and the goal was scraptastic. But anyway, leaving that aside, baby. Let's go for Tom Wood, goal of the week.
Ander Herrera and Angel Di Maria.
No, good shouts. Ross Vernon, you there? All right. He said he'd be back. All right, Ryan, what is up? Ryan, goal of the week.
Well, my goal of the week is, I've got to say it's got to be Di Maria or Herrera's goals yesterday. They were pretty sick.
No, good shouts. Jamie Bailey, JBK, have you got a goal of the week?
Yeah, I think everybody's kind of missed this one. Doncaster's goal, Kadeem Harris. Literally flicked it from his chest and bicycle kicked it into the back of the net.
Good shout. Jamal Campbell Rice actually deserves on the points. Oh, yeah. What he did to that goal was funny. That goal was funny. Bamboozled, like bamboozled. All right, let's go for it's terrible. Let's go for player of the week. G-Man, who you going for player of the week?
Player of the week.
Yeah.
Oh, easily. Wojciech Chesney. No jokes. Player of the week. You know what? Forgetting his team out of a sticky jam. Oh.
Where's the marmalade?
Oh. You know what? I'm going sentimental for yourself. Steven Gerrard scoring 2 today and
2 in midweek as well. I'm going for Gerrard too. 4 goals in the space of a week.
I was going to say James Milner for getting Man City out of a sticky situation.
Yeah, no, that's not a bad shout. I'm going to go Steven Gerrard with. There's got to be an honourable mention, actually, to Harry Kane as well for his hat trick against Chelsea. For his 2 goals against Chelsea, I should say. Honourable mention there, and also an honourable mention to Saido Berahino, 5 goals in a week. So I'm glad for them. Ryan, who are you going for player of the week?
Well, my player of the week is a League 2 player, and it's playing 5 goals at home goalkeeper Luke McCormick, who made some fabulous saves at York City.
Good shout. Kieran Riley, player of the week.
Got to be Stevie Gerrard.
Yay! Mike Harneman, player of the week.
Yeah, of course, honourable mention to Steven Gerrard, but for his performance yesterday, I think I'm going to have to give it to that man, Alexis Sanchez. I think he had a good game yesterday, and he's proven to be our main sort of threat at the moment.
No, good shout. Sorry, I'm just looking at your Skype picture. And just like that. And then the one next to it just so happens to be Kieran Riley's. Why are you mad, though? Oh, these Ainsley memes. I've been having fun with the Ainsley Harriott memes for 2 weeks already. Oh my God. Tom Wood, player of the week.
James Wilson for his performance against Yeovil. Battled really hard and could have scored, but shame. But he should have got man of the match. I'm going for James Wilson.
Oh, good shout. I'm tempted to give Ainsley Harriott player of the week. Ross Vernon, player of the week.
My goal of the week was Gerrard's free kick tonight, and Gerrard is also my player of the week.
Jamie Bailey, player of the week.
You're right there, Liam.
I'm fine. What's your player of the week?
I'm actually gonna go with I forgot his name. The one that scored for Rochdale over the weekend.
Oh yeah, his name's escaped me as well. Oh, anyway, cool. Let's go team of the week. You know what? Yeah, team of the week. Team of the week. I'm gonna go to the FA Cup, and I'm actually gonna give it to Gateshead, and the reason being, Gateshead actually made me laugh. Overmatched, overclassed, But the fact of the matter is, Gateshead, their fans, as I said to the G-Man off air, their fans, they were 6-0 down, and then the camera, we will have seen this in the highlights, but it's one of them ones. They were like 5-6-0 down, and all you see is the camera cut to a shot of 3-4 guys with their shirts off, just doing the conga. It was hilarious. Those Gateshead fans were brilliant. I'm sorry, they were absolutely fantastic. I'm going for Gateshead as my team of the week, just based on that. But honorable mention has to go to QPR's conquerors, and that's Sheffield United. Sheffield United deserve honorable mention, but it's Gateshead for me and their fans. Let's go for Tom Wood, team of the week.
Southport.
Another great shout. Because
their support was brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, even though they took over 2,500, I think that's their average gate.
It's brilliant. DJ Horney, aka Mike Horniman, who are you going for? Team of the week.
Yeah, I want to keep it with the non-league teams that have performed well in the FA Cup. I'm going to give it to Blythe Spartans for their narrow 3-2 defeat as well.
Good shout. Kieran Riley, team of the week.
Blythe Spartans, AFC Wimbledon, and Liverpool.
Good shouts. Ryan, who are you going for?
Well, I've got to go for Blythe Spartans as well. Leading 2-0 and unfortunately losing.
Yeah, no, I hear that. This is Spartans! Wait, no. They are Spartans! Russ Vernon, who are you going for? Team of the week.
My team of the week, Liam, is Notach. I'm going to give an honourable mention to Blythe Spartans. And for me, it's Leeds fans. I stumped Sunderland yesterday, and what a great day out, even though the result wasn't that great.
No, good shout. Jamie Bailey, who are you going for? Team of the week.
This is a surprise for everybody, but it's actually the staff, the coaching staff at Fulham Foundation. They've been helping me over the past year for quite a while, and as much as they didn't have to, I'm glad that they have. So this is for them.
Fantastic shout, man. Fantastic shout. Is there anyone in particular you'd like to give a shout out to? Because that sounds like quite an emotional one.
Quite a few. There would be a guy called Andrew Watt. We all call him Watty. Another guy called Matt Pegler. Pegs, that we call him. And another one that I've kind of gotten to know over the past few days, Chloe.
G-Man.
You want to repeat that last one, Jamie?
Quite good to me. But, yeah. If you didn't know Fulham from if you didn't know Fulham off the pitch, then I guarantee it's a club to be at if you wanna do well in life.
I hear that.
Now, Jamie, everyone's asking, can you repeat the third one? Because I said the G-Man, and that's what I honestly thought you was going to say. So can you repeat the third one?
G-Man, really?
Who is the third shout out you want to give?
Her name's Chloe. There's also another one, but I've actually forgotten his name. But professionally, they're a club that you guys should have a look into. If you don't think that if regardless of the results on the pitch, I guarantee you they're actually a great club off of it as well. So as much as everybody says Shahida Khan's done something bad to the club, he's actually proved wonders already. So thanks Shahida and thanks to the Fulham Foundation.
I hear that. It's one of them.
G-Man, by the way.
All right, let's roll into flop of the week. G-Man, who are you going for flop of the week?
Well, first and foremost, I just want to say team of the week. I want to say Pitch Talk family, but great team. You always a great. Yeah,
I would have given the PT family flops of the week. No, I'm kidding.
But
they like to do that to me for singing. So
flop of the week, I'm going to give for you for singing. No jokes.
Don't make me give you the rating.
You know what? I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to give it to Wojciech. Wojciech for his miserable display against Southampton. And not just that, is recent revelations that apparently he's been fined by Arsenal. This is all apparent.
I've heard that. After the goal, what was that about with the water bottle thing?
And
dude's just sitting there chilling with his Gatorade. It's like,
as soon as he sat down after the goal and then he picked up the
Gatorade and was just chilling. That was weird. I found that very odd.
Yeah, it has to go to Chesney for me personally.
No, I hear that. You know what? Flop of the week is actually quite a difficult one for me this week. Actually, I am going to go for. It's honestly between Jose Mourinho and his moaning after the Tottenham match, and also New York City FC / Manchester City because of the Lampard thing. So
5 stars. -5 stars. -5 stars.
And once again, Leeds United for losing again. Yeah. Anyway, Tom Wood, flop of the week. Who you going for?
Leeds United all day long. and off the pitch, Lee Godso for getting smashed out of his head on Friday night.
Well, we'll leave that one aside. But Kieran Riley, who are you going for? Flop of the week.
Obviously, Leeds United. It's also got to be the Ainsley Harriott memes in the.
Oh God, mate, Ainsley's player of the week. Oh my God, I love it. Ryan, who you going for? Flop of the week.
Wow, this is a former Argyle player, Stefan Zubar, who headbutted our vice captain.
Good gravy. That's a great shout. Ross Vernon, who you going for? Flop of the week.
For me, Liam, my flop of the week, I didn't think Chelsea performed that against Tottenham. So for me, Chelsea flop of the week for the display against Tottenham in the 5-3 defeat on New Year's Day.
It's a brave one. Mike Hardiman, flop of the week.
Yeah, I just want to actually add one more to my team quickly, and that's the fans who started the Ospina chant yesterday, because my flop of the week is also going to be Wojciech Szczesny for what's happened against Southampton, and basically the whole of the back five of that day as well, because like I said earlier, I think they were all below par.
No, I heard that. Big shout out to Sampdoria, who kicked off with just a line of 11 against Lazio. That's quality. What are they going to do? FIFA 96 tactics, all-out attack. And everyone just goal hangs on the edge of the box. As soon as you lose the ball, you're screwed. Oh, God. Oh, my word. Flop of the week to round out. Jamie Bailey, who are you going for?
I'm going to go with everybody's resident flop. Leeds.
Oh, just for that.
Fun as it's been, you know.
Stars.
Oh,
a resident flop.
Oh, you know, that's actually kind of cruel.
No, actually, I've got a better one. I'll go with Nottingham Forest for actually getting knocked out knocked out as bad as they did. Did not really turn up against Rochdale.
Well, I was gonna say QPR for that reason actually kind of deserve it as well.
Yeah, remember I'm keeping away from the Premiership this year.
Yeah, no, of course. Hey, you know what? It is one of them ones though. It is one of them ones for Leeds United. You do have to say.
Life sucks, and then you die.
Thank you, Vinny back. You know what? It's been fun today. I've been straight shooting LJA,
and I've been Jezzy Fizzle. Sorry, apparently Rich. Nope, sorry. The G-Man. Yeah, I got it.
It's reminded me of that rock one. Ooh, yeah. Wait, that's not right.
No, but Jezzy Fizzle is in our hearts, you know?
What's up, Jezzy? What is up? What is up? What is up? You know what? It is one of them ones where we do have to vacate the place with a haze. So for the YouTubers, a salute and a wave. G-Man gives a wave. G-Man gives a wave. G-Man gives a wave. G-Man gives a wave. By the way, you know what? Steve Bold was funny though when that fan come out and accosted Arsene Wenger. You can see Steve Bold just F off, You can see him out. You know, just F off, man. Just F off. But it's one of them was the stewards in that deserve -5 stars as well because how they let him get that far, anything could have happened. Wenger could have got drop kicked in the face. But it's one of them ones. But you know what? It is time for us to vacate the place with a haste. We've kicked off 2015 in a big way. So you know what? So on them ones, start the way you mean to go on. Big things are going.
That's harsh.
Hi, I'm John Sitton, and I'm here with Gavin, Liam, and Gerald on Pitch Talk.
The football talk show that pulls no punches and holds back nothing on opinions.
Hello, I'm Rob Russ. My name is Christian Carambeu.
I'm grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Hi, I'm Matt Hodgson, director of the 4-year plan, and you're listening to Pitch Talk, the only place to get your Monday night footballing fix.
Make sure you join the revolution.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk.
I'm Andy Copeland from the Glennet Southern Amateur League.
Philip Wick, I'm CEO of 14.
I'm Rob Blusher, former chairman of Ibis FC.
I'm Samir Swanee, co-founder and co-director of Motivate Sports and Fitness.
And you're listening to
Pitch Talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's always funny when people fall over. Straight Shooting LJ, the G-Man and Jesse Fizzle would like to wish you a very happy new year. And we kicked off 2015 with Pitch Talk Live, your first Pitch Talk Live of 2015. You know what? It is one of them ones. He must smoking them funny cigarettes. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, www.pitch-talk.com is the official website. At Pitch Talk on Twitter, twitter.com/Pitch Talk, youtube.com/Pitch Talk for all the latest videos, including Pitch Talk meets Dave McLaughlin. The advert is up there now. Remember to get your questions in for the chairman of Alexandra Park FC, Dave McLaughlin. We'll be interviewing him very, very soon. pitchtalk@gmail.com and put Dave McLaughlin in the subject line. You know what? It is one of them. Where? Facebook.com/Pitch Talk. Become a fan, become a friend, become a member of the group. Join the footballing revolution. We are working so hard to create. Seen the show? Spread the word. Also, pitchtalk.blogspot.com or .co.uk will get you to our blogs, including blogs by yours truly, Straight Shooting LJ, the G-Man, Jesse Fizzle, Dave Mir, aka at Mir C, and many, many more as well. Big T, throw the P's up for him. And also blogs by Russ Vernon and many, many others. Oh my God, it's been a lot of fun. Remember that mobile number is 0753580446. Pitch Talk 1 on Skype. Join us. Thank you for your comments on Facebook. Thank you for your comments on Twitter as well. It's one of them. Was big shout out to Brad Hicks as well, who said it. Who has said some stuff through on the socials. Apologies, we couldn't get to it just because of time. But you know what? It is one of them. Was big shouts to Brad Hicks and a big thank you as well for sending your stuff. Big shouts to Tom Wood, to Ryan as well. Big shouts to Kieran Riley, to Mike Harneman, and Russ Vernon, James Richmond, who joined us briefly. Dave Mir, aka at Missy, who joined us briefly as well. Big time shout outs to everyone. Hey, Gustavo Condesha, big shout out to him as well. It's one of them. Remember, get your questions in for Pitch Talk meets Dave McLaughlin. Big shouts to Jesse Fizzle as well. The third of the most sensitive, the most articulate, and the most opinionated trifecta in football today. I have been Straight Shooting LJA.
And I've been the G-Man.
And it's time to say thank you very much. Good night.